Welcome back to the KDR Tournament Series main stage Grand Finals. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Ay, nako guys. Nauubusan ako ng hininga just at the mere thought na it took a lot for us to get to this point. Pero ito na, oras na para magkaalaman kung sino ba ang mananalo dito sa ating KDR Tournament Series.
Sino nga ba ang tatanghaling kampiyon nitong, anong Tagalog ng tournament? Nitong ligang ito.
Pwede na yan.
Pwede na yan.
Nailusot. Pwede na.
Naitawid.
Naitawid naman. Pero although nasa grand finals na tayo, one thing isn't final. At yun na yung ating giveaways.
Yung mga segue mo,
I try my best.
Okay,
I try my best. Ayan.
Anyway.
So we have more Gcash to give away right now.
Ang dami.
Sobrang galante.
Ang yaman. Iba.
Yes. So
iba.
thank you so much, Globe at Home, for all of these Gcash prizes that we've been giving away. And on the flip side, congratulations sa ating giveaway winners.
Sila ay si Wenzel J, Christian Ajero Buenavente, JB Liansing. Parang hindi ko alam. Pero congratulations guys! Dahil nanalo kayo ng 500 pesos worth of Gcash.
Congratulations! Ang dami nang mabibili talaga ng skins. Magugulat talaga ako. Baka makalaban ko sa Valorant yung mga yan. Tapos may glitch pop knife na hawak, diba?
Alam mo, buti pa sila na nanalo. Ang daming sumali dito, diba? Out of all the teams, hindi nanalo. Yung top 4 lang. Pero yung mga nanonood, sila pa yung nanalo.
Oo. Ganun talaga. It pays to follow the instructions in the pinned comment. Yun na lang sasabihin ko. Kung hindi mo pa nagagawa, ano pang hinihintay mo? Malay mo, ikaw yung manalo ng susunod na premyo natin later on.
Exactly.
Pero of course, these prizes would not be possible if it weren't for the help of our sponsors. So thank you so much, Globe at Home. Because with Globe at Home, you can recreate the world right at home.
And of course, the official PC partner for KDR Tournament Series, Legion Philippines and Intel. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Maraming salamat din, of course, to XSplit. Yan, powered by XSplit ang KDR Tournament Series. And of course, brought to us by Valorant PH and Valorant Rising. Alam mo, excited ako sa next segment natin. Medyo nakakakita na tayo ng glimpse dito kanina kasi nagkaroon tayo ng error sa Valorant, diba? Pinagdasal nga ng mga casters natin na kanina
Valorant Gods, please
Valorant
be nice to this game.
Wala nang error, ayan. So, pinagbigyan naman sila. Pero before we head on off to our casters, ayan, I believe we have our map bans ready. Map picks.
Map picks.
Yes. Kasi dito sa Bren versus Chimaera game, best of 3 game siya.
Alam mo itong Bren, paiba-iba sila ng pinipick na map. I think kahit anong mapa okay sila.
I think it comes with studying. So, if feeling mo, kunyari, kung napanood nila yung previous matches nitong Chimaera, na-analyze nila na, alam mo, feeling ko, kung makalaban natin sila sa split, lamang tayo. Baka ganun yung mindset, diba? Kasi, yan yung isa sa mga tawag dito, yung hard work na pinaput in ng teams. Hindi lang sila puro practice, training. It also comes with studying. Kailangan inaaral mo rin yung opponent mo, diba?
Tingin ko ang inisip ng Bren, kung magsisplit tayo ang score 13-5, mga ganun. Kung mag-haven tayo 13-8, feeling ko ganun na sila mag-isip eh.
Uy, hindi naman. Hindi naman.
Hindi ba?
Kasi, syempre, pag professional player ka, pag athlete ka, hindi pwedeng ina-underestimate mo yung opponent. So, dapat yung mindset nila is, saan ba kami may advantage dito? And time again, nakita ko na tong Bren sa split. Kahit pa attacker sila, kahit na-establish na natin na ang hirap pasukin ng sides dito sa split kapag attacker ka, kayang-kaya pa rin nilang gawin.
Exactly.
So, dyan magkakaroon ng challenge tong Chimaera.
And it's gonna be an interesting match, really. Really. Kasi lalo na Grand Finals, they must put on a show. Hindi pwede dito yung mga 13-2, 13-3. Hindi pwede sa Grand Finals yun.
Hindi naman bibigay ng Chimaera yan. Alam
Exactly.
kong they are gonna be putting on a show and they're gonna be putting up a good fight. Pero alam mo kung sino sa ating makakapagsabi kung ano ba sa tingin nila yung mangyayari talaga sa labanan na to? Syempre yung mga casters natin. Meron tayong parang panel segment for them.
Yan ang gusto kong marinig. I want to hear their insights.
So, hayaan na nating mag-usap-usap ang ating napakagwapo at napakaganda na casters. So, Daks, Vyminal, and Ling, back to you guys.
Hey guys, welcome back and thank you again to our amazing host there at Saucing It Over. Grabe lang, landi talaga nila sa atin eh. Pero yun talaga yun eh. It is
I don't know.
how it is.
I don't know.
It's okay. The charm
I'm
of Vyminal.
used to it.
It's funny pag ito yung screen natin, tapos biglang may handa lang sa ilalim na. So guys, we are gonna be going for a bit of a panel here. First things first, I'm Daks.
I'm Vyminal.
And I'm Ling.
Yan, we got it right the first time. 1, 2, 3, let's go. So, ito ang ating grand finals, Bren versus Chimaera. Rami talagang kwento dyan. Pero,
Nauusi
syempre, okay, sige, di ka rito. Ang tawag dito, history muna tayo a little bit. So, Bren versus Chimaera. Actually, the first time nakita natin yan, it was Adroit versus Retaliate. At
Yes.
ang pinakakwento
Yes.
dyan, as Retaliate dun, one of the first teams, I believe, to actually take a map of the now Bren Squadron, di ba?
Parang sila yata yung second team. Right after the Cute Boy Squadron took a map away from Adroit.
Yeah.
Right? Then, napakaganda ng pinakita nila. Sobrang blitzkrieg style. Pinakita ng Retaliate dun sa Ascent. Right? So,
Ikaw, Ling, naalala mo pa yan. So, basic lang dito sa ating setup. 1, 2, then Ling is number 3 to just line it up there. Para mabis ang flow natin. Pero yun nga, diba? Retaliate, then now Chimaera. Both of these teams, though, ascending to different heights. And from what we've seen so far, beautiful records in the group stage. 3-0 sila pareho sa groups nila.
yep. Very, very dominant performance. Again, I really believe that these two teams were the front runners throughout the entire KDR tournament series. What about you, Lin?
Honestly, I'm not gonna be expecting less coming out from both teams. Nakita naman natin, I mean, it shows on their brackets na 3-0 standing and expected talaga that they actually are actually in it to win for tonight. And, you know, well deserved coming out from both teams. I will definitely have to say na I really do hope that it's not going to be something that we are going to be seeing over and over again. Yun lang. Give us something a little bit more surprising for Team Chimaera.
Okay.
And,
I
you
get
know,
you. I
give
get you.
it-
I catch
I
your drift.
get it. Kasi, that's a really good point there, Ling. Kasi, you know, Team Chimaera recently, these guys have been on a stagnant state. Tapos biglang, especially dito sa playoffs, biglang, uy, 3-0, uy, dominant affair.
Yeah.
And they were just really impressive in Group B. Alala mo yun?
Absolutely. So I guess here in this grand finals matchup, it should be indicative of a grand finals performance from both teams, of course. And we're hoping it to reach game 3. Sana sobrang intense ng laban, sana sobrang lapit ng scoreboard. So
So, ano, Ling, ano masasabi mo? I have a question for you, especially since you're gonna be taking a little bit of a break after this one. Panel time lang tayo ngayon. We're getting some rosters, though. Who do you think is gonna take the series? Bren or Chimaera, and what score?
it's a tough question, Dax.
No, I was putting her on the
really
spot
is.
because
Okay.
we don't have too much time with Ling. It's like, Ling, ito
Okay,
na.
sige, Ling.
No,
Predictions.
even though as much as I want to like have a different champion that will be reigning in tonight, like statistically on how Bren is actually been like so solid so far in the series, I'm inclining more on towards like their favor as of the moment based on what I've seen. Kasi consistency is always going to be there as expected coming in from Bren Esports. Sabihin talaga natin na from the games that we've seen earlier from Team Chimaera, marami talagang mga aspects that they currently lack on, which is parang makita mo talaga like in terms of like they're different so far. So makikita natin tonight. But you know, for me, I would like give another round for Bren Esports. But you know, magandang laro pa rin itong makikita natin. So yeah.
So, Team Bren si Ling. Ikaw, Vim.
I'm gonna go with the sort of underdog for this matchup. Actually,
Whoa.
okay.
Doesn't
Here's the
believe.
thing. Here's the thing. Bren has been absolutely a dominant force, and of course, they are going to be the favorite victor for this matchup. But Chimaera has everything to prove and everything to gain here. And I really think that the ball is in their court to sort of innovate certain strategies to counterplay Bren. And I'm pretty sure pinag-isipan nila tong matchup na to.
Diba?
Diba? So, tinan natin kung anong madadala nila.
So, Team Chimaera ka. Oh, gotta say though, na Bren Esports, they already slayed their biggest opponent so far in terms of history. Goodbye to AGN ng semifinals. So, sa Chimaera, narang Chimaera sana ako, tapos biglang nakita ko yung map number 2, and I feel like you can't make mistakes like that.
Against an opponent like
against
Bren,
like
yes?
Bren. So I
Yeah.
gotta say though, I'm on Team Bren right now. Probably gonna be a 2-0, pero don't hate me on that, guys. Kasi our predictions can all go wrong. Yun yung fun about the caster predictions. It's like, haha, you're right.
Can really
Haha,
go
you're wrong.
either way,
Pwede mas na trash
right?
talking. It's like, ha, mali kayo. Pas,
At the end of this, the guy who gets the most wrong predictions buys a beer for the other
ganun,
cast.
ganun ba yun?
Eh,
First time ko narinig yun, ah. So,
I'm just down for drinks.
So you're gonna buy me a beer. later
so you're gonna ship something to Ling, ganun ba yun?
on. I guess so.
So maybe we can go to your
Panggap na
resto
lang.
one day, you know,
Oo.
that kind of thing.
Oo.
So, grabe talaga tong upcoming series natin. At mukhang magsisimula tayo sa pick ng Bren, which is Split. Kami are going to be picking up Haven. And our third map will be Bind. So, no ascent dito sa ating best of 3. At Ling, ano masasabi mo to sa map pool na yon as we're getting some picks? Like, what do you think? What do you expect from this map?
Well, also, as of the map pool, I know that our panel hosts actually already discussed na regardless of whatever map talaga pipili ng Bren Esports, it doesn't really matter. Nakikita natin sila actually played for comebacks, actually tried to dominate basically any team that they are going to be up against. They are going to be up against. But here's the thing. This is where the things actually get shaky for Bren Esports. Kasi medyo may pagka-curse talagang Haven. Basically, any team that Bren Esports basically go up against there. Napansin mo, when they went up against Team Hasher, there was at like that point in the game na sabihin natin they had like the 9-point lead against like Bren Esports. But still, Bren, parang nagagawa pa rin nila to actually play for the comebacks on there. Parang, it doesn't really matter at this point. Haven, once you actually get to the point of 11, like once you actually the first team to actually get to 11 points,
no.
it's starting to become like
It's the 11
it's starting to
point
become
curse.
like as if like it's a cursed number.
Yes.
It happens time and time again. Daks, nakikita natin yung happen over and over again. Kung kahit Bren Esports ka man, kahit Team Hashira ka man, kahit Team Chimaera ka man, AG Nefars, halos lahat ng mga top teams right now, pinagdaanan na tong larong to. And I'm really thinking na Haven is actually one of the shakiest maps para kahit kaninong team ngayong gabi.
Yeah, diba? Just look at the history. 11-1
Yeah.
versus 11-1.
That's
Nakita natin
absolutely
yan.
crazy. Like, I have no other words to describe that.
Yeah, and it really goes to show that anything can happen dito sa map pool natin, pero mukhang ito na yun. Let's see some rosters real quick. I'll ask Ling what she thinks of the rosters, and then we'll head off to the game. But, gotta say though, before we discuss what we see so far, Bren and Chimaera, both of these orgs are looking for the 2-time for today. Bren Esports looking for championships in other games.
Yes,
Kung alam nyo na
sir.
yun, alam nyo na
Yes,
yun.
sir.
In the meantime, ang Chimaera, ang parent org nila, Oasis Gaming, yung sister team ng CTNX, nanalo rin ng championship today. So pareho sila na tipong kaya natin ng double crown, but that is
Two-time.
Bren playing their split composition. We got the Sage and the Killjoy with the Breach and the Omen, and the Raze with the usual suspects. So yun talaga yun, Bren not changing up any kind of roles,
Love
not
to
changing
see
up
it.
any rosters. At Ling, what do you think about this one on split?
Well, honestly, this is where it actually stands out for a roster. For a roster, nakikita natin from Bren Esports. Basically, no one has ever actually played split the way Bren Esports actually is used to. Kasi ako makikita natin dito, hindi talaga mawawala sa lineup nila ang Sage ni Jessie Vash, which is honestly not really a usual pick na makikita natin coming up from other teams. Ang mga let's just say ang mga agent lineup na ginagawa nila is mostly focusing on the double duelist, and makita mo talaga how Bren Esports definitely stands out on basically on their own place kasi they are gonna be comfortable with this pick, and pinanindigan talaga nila yan all throughout.
Yeah, can't go wrong with it. How about you, Vim? Any thoughts as we can also check out Chimaera's roster in just a bit?
Yeah, this is a thing. It really makes a lot of sense as to why Bren picked Split. And, we always wax poetic about, breaches being, feeling at home in a map like Split. And I really, really believe that Borkum is the most efficient or perhaps the most lethal breach in the Philippine scene right now.
Yes.
I mean, I'd love to argue about that. And he's done incredible things on his breach, and I really do believe that he can find most value in it in a map like Split. But it's very, very interesting to see Jessie Vash still stick to that Sage. A lot of classic tricks up his sleeve, which works time and time again. You can't undervalue the impact that the resurrection has.
Tama. I think we get it so fast. And also, Bren Esports, before we check out what Chimaera's running, I do want to mention na unang beses sila nag-breach, mahirapan sila because Ching was on the breach and Borkham back on the smoke. Didn't work out for them. They still won that game though. Pero kita talaga na in-adjust ng Bren roster kung paano to. And Ching and Borkham have been doing really, really good on the smokes and
really
the breaches. Respectively. So kita talaga, diba, na kahit ano, flex sila, kayang-kaya nila gawin yun. And you know, Borkham, one of the best. I think one of the only contenders right now to that crown might be Team Hasher for that one.
I have to agree.
You know, Bren Esports talaga, they have learned again and again how to dominate at kahit anong meta, kaya nila. So, overall, Bren Esports happy with this roster. Wonder though, what's Chimaera playing this time? Because we have Ripper, Brain Freeze, Worship Beats, and Gadors. And I'm happy to see them here though, kasi this is really a hype matchup. People have been waiting for this. It really goes to show, it goes back to the beginnings of the Chimaera roster. They have stayed together, they have stayed true, and in all honesty, even though they had a bit of a flatline period, they are really on the up dito sa KDR tournament series. So there you go, we're getting a roster. Ripper on the Omen, Brain Freeze on the Killjoy, Worship on the Breach, Beats on the Raze, and Gadors on the Reyna. So Ling, for you first, what you think?
I mean, I'm still gonna be seeing that standard play, like aggressive talaga that I will be expecting coming up from Team Chimaera, regardless if they're playing for attackers or defenders. Makikita talaga natin that they're still gonna be relying on yung sabihin natin, yung mga aim duels na pinipilit nilang gagawin for this time around, and yung from time and time again. So expected na yan na, of course, Bren Esports is gonna be prepared for that once again. Ilang beses na natin to nakita, but I really do hope Chimaera will actually give us something a little bit more different na sabihin talaga natin at best, like what their opponent and of course what the audience haven't really seen so far.
And I'd have to reiterate what Ling said over there. Pretty much the same sentiments at Daks. Over here, taking a look at the team composition of Chimaera, they're going to be relying a lot on those aim duels and opening picks, especially Godot on that Reyna. And that's a very tall order. You wanting to duel straight up, head on against a team like Bren Esports, who is a mechanically phenomenal team as well.
And there we go again, Gadors on that Reyna, do or die, but he's been doing the do for quite a while already. So we can actually get into our game, but before we go into that one, Ling, any final words for our pre-game panel?
Well, ito lang. Good luck to both teams, and I really do hope na they would actually put up a great show tonight.
I can't wait. And there you have it. Me and Vyminal gonna be casting for Yan. Ling, in the meantime, gonna be joining us later on again for another panel. It's nice to actually have this panel.
Is actually pretty cool.
We talked about big brain stuff.
Big brain.
Yeah, my mind is expanding, but
Oh,
here
I'm
we
learning
go.
so much, Daks.
But it is time to get into this game. So let me quickly fix this one up. Here we have it. And there we go with this one. Chimaera on the defense. We've got Bren Esports going to be on the attacking side. And when we get into a matchup like this, you already know that it is going to be time to shine on Split again. Double do this though para sa Chimaera. Bren in the meantime with the cluster kind of composition. At mukhang ito na talaga. It's time to split around on Split. And let's get into the game.
This is, okay. Beats taking out Jesse Vatch just like that. Right off the bat, that was really, really fast. I was actually supposed to note their default positioning as of this moment.
No defaults for you, Mr. Vim.
Yeah,
It's
just
okay, I like that.
Straight up.
That's actually a good pick up by Chimaera right now. Double duelist means you get an early pick, and at the same time, you don't want to allow Bren Esports to line up whatever the hell they want to do. It's like, nope,
that's
no
that's actually a very good point.
Actually, sobrang laki rin yan kasi it's Vash who dies first. So it means his resurrection economy is already shot immediately from the get-go. So someone else is going to be having some ultimates here. It's probably going to be Dispenser because he's been very quick with those lockdowns, but we'll find out as we get into this B push.
Those little things at this level of play really matters a lot, and sort of butterfly effect impacting the rest of the game. Borkham and Dispenser making quick work of Worship and Godot though.
And there we go, Bren Esports planting it on default. This is only a best of 3, guys. Wala pa tayong 5th map na ready for action kahit may ice bucket na existing. Alam natin na hindi pa yon ready. You still have to kind of thaw it out of the freezer for a little bit
nowhere
long.
near.
We'll see it a month later kasi ayusin muna nila yon. But here we go, Chimaera now down by 2. Bren Esports in the meantime looking on around. Paranoia though played out, dubstep with a frenzy in hand, and with close range, Bren Esports will be wiping out the opponent there. 1-0 immediately, and you can see the power of the Frenzy in CQC.
I mean, the Frenzy, it's one of those guns that you can basically run around and still have decent accuracy on it. And one thing to note that Bren pretty much ran away with that round despite losing Jesse Vash at the beginning. It was basically a 4v5 scenario and virtually a flawless victory for them.
Yeah, the only thing they lost immediately was Vash. And in a case like that, it does help out Vash a little bit more because he didn't get a kill, but he does get an ult point at the very least. Compared to Ching, who just didn't really do anything that round except a bit of help there.
Paano kung sinadya ni Jesse Vash yun? Para
No,
magkaroon ng
kamamatay.
ult orb,
Oh, that's
diba?
so smart. But we've seen
Probably
Vash.
not.
No, we've seen Vash go for a second round and a third round res because of his quick kills. But Chimaera, I like the start. And I want to see them finish with something like that again. Because if they're playing double duelists, what they do is disrupt the plan before it actually comes into action.
Right. And again, you made a really good point earlier that Bren has a lot of nasty stuff up their sleeves. And you got to prevent them from actually, executing those dastardly deeds.
And the plans. It's going to be kind of nefarious. Oh, wait, wrong team. But no, I mean, I love them. Fourth place for them, and I really wish them luck yet again. Always a contender.
Absolutely.
But Atlas also, congratulations, big debut, third place. Pero ito na, battle for first and second. Only one team can be crowned, and Ripper making some noise. Going to get hurt by the Nano Swarm there as the Killjoy dispenser backs on away. But Vash catching out Brain Freeze. Goodbye to the turret again. Of course, Bren Esports, though, with the gun advantage. But I like this from Gado. He's playing the Bucky, trying to close into the wall. But Bren knows that idea. Put someone on the high ground, dubs up with a takedown, and zones out the stairs with the pain chills.
So far, looking like a very clean round for the side of Bren. Of course, with that gun advantage. And this is a Chimaera strat here. They go, if they lose the first round, they go for Buckies on the second round. They've been doing that throughout this tournament series so far. Although I don't think it's about to work in this particular situation.
Now, save the Bucky, save a life, save a tree maybe. But here we have Chimaera backing on away. Brendo making this pretty simple because they understand that Chimaera doesn't have the much staying power with the Reyna and the Raze together in their the composition on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely beautifully executed. And right now, we're not seeing any crazy stuff as of this moment. Very, very standard textbook plays coming into this post-pistol round. But this is where it kind of gets interesting, Daks. When it comes to them having full buys.
I don't think it's gonna be a buy situation.
Not in this
completely.
round, but like
for the next one, because
the
look
next
at that.
one,
They had Buckies a while ago,
Yeah.
and they're gonna have Buckies again. So Chimaera looking to play a half buy this time. We have some armor, we have a Stinger there for Ripper, and in the meantime, Bren will have the Spectre Cell online. So a slight gun advantage dito para sa Bren, pero parang repeat lang to ng round number 2, no?
Right. I mean, that's the thing when you lose a force on the post-pistol round there. Just flies across the map.
Sadly, the Stinger just doesn't have enough DPS to give you immediately, so the flights they're working out for the Raze, but Ripper getting torn apart by the Nano Swarm, but he just decides to stay in it and brings Dispenser to hell with him along the way. Flashpoint though in order. Bren in the meantime though, going for their A execute with the wall and dubstep. He gets to, how the hell did he get that quick shot there? Apparently the lineup was on point. Beats though with the Bucky from afar, but dubstep with 3, he ramps up the damage and ramps up the kills by ramps.
Dubstep looking pretty on point. Just, in the third round. Ngayon pa lang talagang nag-iinit na itong si Dubstep. And, we don't expect anything less from this man. This guy really brings in the hurt.
That's my boy right there. Dubstep doing it again. 5-0 right now. Dispenser right behind him. The D&D connection doing it here and now. But, of course, we can rely on beats and even worship. Whipping out the operator. A very quick gamble here from Team Chimaera. And
Wow,
they already know.
This is something.
This is different.
This is something new.
And the
Okay.
thing about it is, Chimaera understands if they play standard against Bren, they'll most likely lose out
Exactly.
on a map like this. This is the best map here for Bren so far, but Worship will just desecrate the Killjoy there immediately. Goodbye na lang kay Dispenser dyan. Mukhang Chimaera though, I like this from Gado. Alam natin talaga, sa Reyna, makapitas ka, di huling-huli ka, at makakakuha ka pa ng dismiss if ever there. But Borkum, speaking of the catch, there we have it, and that's one way to punish a double duelist comp.
Yeah, you got to set up those sort of crossfire angles over there at mid and be vigilant at all times. You can't just walk out of cover because, of course, you're going to expect one of those duelists to be peeking out over there at mid lane. But this is something that we really, really like to see coming out from Chimaera. This sort of unorthodox strategy of going double operator as early as now.
This is big because look how slow now Bren is forced to play. They do
Yeah.
want to make sure they keep the utility to block out whatever Worship or Beats wants to do in a round like this. And if you guys are tuning on into our grand finals, thank you na lang kasi we know it's getting late. We
30
honestly
seconds
left. It
felt
is getting late,
that
yeah.
this would have ended earlier, the whole thing, but no, we just started on the grand finals. Goes to show though the level of competition dito sa KDR Tournament Series and what a great way to end it. Pero alam mo, hindi pa tapos yung KDR kasi, well, technically yung KDR mismo tapos na, pero after this game. Pero meron pa tayong All-Star Invitational next week and we'll be releasing details of that even
10
further
seconds left.
into this week itself. But Jesse Vash now with a tag on the Beats. Bren right now planting on default again. At sabi talaga natin, sobrang comfortable sila mag-play ng default against a roster na double duelist kasi alam nila, wala masyadong traps on Chimaera, but Dubstep now with the kill onto Worship. Vash gonna have his operator in hand, sees the Omen,
Oh
gets
my
the
gosh.
flick, and gets the takedown there. Brain freeze na lang ang natitira, pero mukhang frozen talaga ang ginagawa ng Chimaera dito at si Dubstep nag-iintay, mapapatay. 4-0 Bren, showing us how it's done in this game.
I mean, that is very, very bold strategy coming in from Chimaera, and a very hopeful one at that. But here's the thing: when you go double operator as early as now, you have the risk of giving one operator to your opponents, and that opponent happens to be Jesse Vash on that operator.
It's pesky. Thing is though,
That's
that
not
Bren,
something good.
did you notice Bren did not get that second op? Dubstep choosing not to actually take that gun for him. So
Yeah.
4 rifles, 1 op. Bren might be gearing up for faster pushes again. But Chimaera right now with another half buy. Bucky's in hand. And they are looking for the distraction and the surprise. And Brain Freeze surprising Ching. And Vash still doesn't have that resurrection. And mukha talaga yung una pick-off ng una round helping Chimaera there.
Yeah, really drastically affected that ult economy right there. And they've been successful so far at getting early picks off B main. However, they were still unable to capitalize off that early advantage as Bren still being able to run away with it 4-0 scoreline. They do have Rolling Thunder and Showstopper online. They could definitely easily make plays and open up a site like that, but they are playing it slow. Jesse Vash taking down Brain Freeze with that operator shot, and yes, the resurrection finally.
Finally does get it. But here we go again. But here, remember guys that we are live on Facebook and Twitch. So kung may problema kasi sa, just check out the other one. But here we go again. We are not done yet on to this round. There we go though with the wall. And Godot is going to be caught out on the other side of it. In this case though, will this actually work out here para sa Team Chimaera? They're down a man and they're looking to hold with the spike now being delivered by Bren into Garage.
I wonder what they're up to, because like they already put up the wall, but they're not.
30
Okay, now they're
seconds
flying.
left.
Now that is going to be Dubstep getting that kill onto Godot. Bren Esports going to go for the push onto B side again. And pang ilang beses din sila nag-default pero si Beats, nakapeak lang siya ng konti. Patay na kagad si Ching. 4v3 scenario though. Chimaera down on the guns and the man. Paranoia play going to be in order. Is it going to be a smoke onto Garage? Yes, it is. And Jesse Vash again with the operator in hand. But there we go with a quick little shot. Here comes the heal Dubstep though. And Borkum on the board. Kahit may fault line man yan. It's still Bren with the advantage. There we have the tap onto the head of the race. Back off muna si Beats dyan. And mukhang ito na hunt is on para sa Bren.
Yeah, 7 HP left. There's not much you can do right here. Warcom with that round closer. 5-0 now in favor of Bren. I mean, ang ganda ng ginawa nila dun. They put up that barrier orb, that sort of classic barrier orb over there at B main. But they waited quite a few seconds. They sort of delayed their push into sight. So, I think inisip ng Chimaera dun, okay, are they actually committing? Or is this some sort of fake play? But as soon as they got caught off guard, suddenly Dubstep just opens onto sight, just goes flying in, and then the rest was history.
Yeah, that is that 5-0 scoreline though. And here we have it again. Chimaera gonna be looking on around for at least around here. Bren Esports in the meantime looking to take the lead. At ilang beses natin sinasabi talaga, yung mga lead na tinitake ng Bren dito on the attacking side is very, very scary for a map like this. They know the ins and outs of split attack and the defense every single time. And you can really see that they are feeling so at home on a map like this.
Time and time again, they have never failed in a map like Split. They've always been very strong in this map, at least here in the local Philippine circuit. But now let's see if Godot can actually get a pick or two here over at mid. He hasn't been successful so far. Looks like he's gonna be backing off.
Yeah, Beats gonna be zoned out by the Nano Swarm there. We also have the Boombot though. And in a case like this, Brain Freeze, as of the moment, gonna be on the tower side. So Team Chimaera, at the very least, nag-iintay, naghahanap ng paraan, at ang Bren Esports napapapilitan mag-play slow dahil sa mga ginagawa na Chimaera dito.
And this is actually Chimaera
30 seconds
trying to get Bren to play at their own pace, right? But this time, Spencer will be dictating that as he is going to initiate that lockdown onto B side.
Yeah, there we have it. Lockdown gonna be going for the push. There he has the showstopper though from Dubstep as well. And he's looking around. Bren Esports though do need to execute in time. At tingnan natin kung
10
Chimaera
seconds left.
makahanap na paraan makapatay bigla sa may default. But it doesn't happen there. Gado holding on to the CT side. Intay-intay lang dyan. Jesse Vash though, operator still in hand. He hasn't really let go of this gun. But Ching now with the ding onto Brain Freeze. Feel paranoia. Pero rolling todo na malapitan. At yung katawan ni Gado mapapalipad. Beats though with a kill onto Dubstep. Borcom on the board. He runs into the smoke just to run into Ripper. It's now 2v3. Chimaera trying to find a point here. Jesse Bash now caught out by the Omen, and Ripper is tearing apart the offense here. He's 2 HP in a dream. He sees the Omen, tries to flick, doesn't happen. Ching versus Worship. Sino kaya makakapatay? There we do see the shot, and that's gonna be Ching getting the takedown. Worship does see his death coming his way, and Ching will clutch it out in a 3K for him.
Into the black hole he goes. Damn, what a clutch from Ching right there. That was an impressive show of force from the Bren squadron. Despite going for a full 5-man retake, Chimaera unable to secure that round win.
So unfortunate there for Chimaera. They are really struggling right now against Bren Esports, and we see Ripper just finding a bit of the clutch, but unfortunately, you need to take everyone down on Bren Esports kasi sa kanila talaga, everyone can clutch it out, everyone can go for the 1v5 if given the right situation. At mukhang ito si Brain Freeze playing the aggro, pero Ching will get that takedown. And Chimaera, they have to shake off this grand finals, well, jitters, because it really feels like they're doing these things that they're getting punished by Bren because of it.
Yeah, they've been trying to aggress B-main multiple times, and they were able to get successive kills. But now they got punished by trying to do it again.
Yeah, and sayang lang talaga yan para doon sa ating Killjoy. Pero alam natin ang Chimaera, this is a team that knows how to bounce back. Pero habang nangyayari yan, ang Bren Esports naman, naghahanap ng paraan, makapasok na naman ng site. They're trying to psych out Chimaera. They're trying to force out some rotations. Pero ang ginagawa tama naman ng Chimaera, holding their lines, making sure the defense is still there, and keeping an eye out on every single part of the map that he can.
I mean, at the very least, they're doing a really good job at draining out the clock and forcing Bren to take it slow, right? They're not just being sort of steamrolled onto site.
And there we go. Habits. The Spencer though with the kill on the Ripper. Gado in the meantime dropping on down. Chimaera now down by 2 yet again. And in a case like this, that's going to be a smoke immediately onto heaven. Say what
30
you will
seconds
about
left.
Bren Esports, they always are responsible with their smoke. Smokes responsibly, pero yun talaga yun. Dubstep and Borcom gonna be able to get some kills again. It's now Chimaera only having one member at mukhang tatakbo na lang siya, trying to get away to save whatever gun he has. Pero Bren Esports, this is a team hungry for a championship again. Ayaw magpatalo, ayaw magsabi na any kind of, what do you call that, any kind of threat that might happen soon is being hunted. And look at that. The hunt is on, and Ching will get that kill.
This is an absolute show for shock and awe again from Bren Esports. Such a powerful team, such as Chimaera, is struggling right now against Bren. A 0-7 scoreline right now in the first half. But again, the game isn't over yet, and of course, things can change in the second half. Let's take a look at the scoreboard over here. Dubstep 11-1, sitting atop the scoreboard. Very, very happy about that. That's for sure. Although Chimaera, check that out. 5 ultimates online.
Yeah, 5 ultimates stacking them up, and we'll see if this is going to be anyhow effective coming into this one. As here we go again. Pain Chill's now thrown. Gadodo is just really getting CC'd here. Can't figure out what to do. Kasi mukhang ang Bren Esports, ayan na naman yung flash. Sobrang bulag na talaga ang nangyayari dito sa gitna. At si Dubstep nag-aantay lang ng paraan para makahalas ng pitas. They're really spamming onto the box there, but no one is home. And speaking of the box, that's the breach waiting. Worship can line this up him. This is going to be a beautiful opportunity here for Chimaera, but Gado gets taken down before the flash comes. Ito na though with the flash. Here comes the peak, but Dispenser gets that kill. Worship though with a takedown onto 1, but it doesn't matter because Bren has worked out the mid defense.
That was just a really good anticipation on the side of Bren. I mean, that was really perfectly lined up already for Worship. Perhaps Godot being a bit overzealous, peeking out a bit too early right there. That was perhaps a perfect opportunity. 2v4 situation now. Chimaera at a man disadvantage.
And this is going to be Bren Esports looking to push this one out yet again. Breakthrough though in the meantime caught out by Vash. And with Ripper looking to go for a quick little rotate.
30
And
seconds
he's
left.
just all alone again. Ilang beses natin nakita na ang Chimaera home alone and will just get caught out there. Bren Esports taking money, taking the spike. And in all honesty, let's look at their economy. I really feel that they're just all maxed out basically in this game and basically in that situation, yes. Because they lose this, they win this, they're all at 9k except K Ching. Pero in the meantime, ang Chimaera, they get that lose streak money and they will be able to get some buys again.
And you can see something very interesting that's happening here. And something, quite frankly, I've never seen happen before. Godot being completely shut down, right? Typically, atop the scoreboard, their top duelist, top fragger, Godot being completely shut down by Bren Esports. This is something very, very unprecedented. Ripper, though, takes down Dispenser. A much-needed opening kill. Really good play coming in from Ripper.
Yeah, feast or famine, and seems like it is famine here para sa Team Chimaera. But finally, the first pickup happens here for the defense, and they need a kill like this to allow them to do even better beats. Though backing on the way to back, doesn't care about anyone chasing him, says that I can survive. Ripper, though, in the meantime, keeping an eye out on A vents. And in a case like this, it's all about the smokes to cover up mid.
Now is the time to make some plays with their ultimates. I mean, they already stacked it. Now, I think at this point, they just have to wait for commitment and roll off that thunder.
Pero just ko yung commitment talaga ni Vash on this operator. Really,
Yeah, he's been holding on to that gun.
It really feels like Vash is at home at the start of Valorant. Nung labas Valorant, he plays Sage, he plays Op, and that was that. Now Op duties really go to dubstep, but hey, you give Vash a gun that is a sniper rifle, you already know that he can do some amazing
There's
things.
so much flexibility on this team. You know, you can have dubstep on that up. If dubstep playing like hard entry frag, and you can give Jesse Vash that up.
And there we go with a shot, but the Rolling Thunder is there, and Vash gonna be quickly going for that bullet, but he has to back on away from the CC. Ripper though with 3 again, looking for another one, but Jesse Vash will get more so far! He catches that Ripper, looking for the last kill, but Worship would survive! Almost the ace, but Bren Esports will finally lose out on a round. Chimaera will clutch it, but it was still costly for them, and you can see the pressure on for Team Chimaera.
Jesse Vash was just blowing my mind right there, but finally on the board, Chimaera, much needed score, and of course, Worship just being able to clutch it out right there, securing that operator. So that's going to be a really, really big advantage coming into this next round. Let's see if they can actually swing momentum into their favor here.
And this is gonna be a possibility for Chimaera to finally get the advantage. Pero mukhang yung advantage na yan, mahirap talaga, Vim. Look at the guns they buy. Look at the armor they have.
Yeah.
Parang lang you put a scotch tape on a pan.
Sort of like a
and then
Band-Aid
just
solution.
put it in front of you. That's my armor right there. Well,
Yeah.
then you see on the other side they have Kevlar. But hey, it is what it is, and Chimaera will have to make do. They finally won out a round. They needed that one. They are really bleeding here. But Bren Esports in the meantime, mid control is theirs. But look how close Beats is holding on tower. And Dubstep now with the paint shells forcing the rotate. And this is Beats moving forward to get that takedown.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful player from Beats right there. He's already displaced, and perhaps he expected that as well. He's going to be going through rafters here. Jesse Vash, though, going to be bringing Dubstep back to life.
And this is going to be a resurrection finally. Evening up the odds again for Bren, or basically right now making it a 6v5, that extra life in favor. And Bren Esports going to have a full roster again to try a new strat out. So Smoke on to B, trying to say that, hey, we're going B, guys, we're going B. But overall, it's a Spike moving over to A side instead, and it's up to Ripper. And he has been doing a lot of work, especially on this A main angle.
We've seen him do some incredible things to another team in the previous match, but let's see if he can replicate that success here
You should run.
against a team like Bren.
30 seconds left.
Lockdown is in place.
And here we go with the shot,
That's
but
how you do it.
is how you do it indeed. Bren Esports studying their opponent says, you know guys, we've seen Ripper stay there, and it's gonna be Borkum getting another kill. Dubstep also on the board. This A take looking clean, crisp, and absolutely juicy. Bren Esports right now dominating their home ground, and it is just an 8-1 scoreline looking to be a 9-1 soon. Really goes to show though that Bren understanding the dynamics of a map like this, as Beats gets caught out rather in the sewer. And I really feel like for Chimaera, it has to be them trying to whip something out completely new here on Split, or they'll say GG go next. We'll go into map number 2 because this time it is another clean execute by Bren Esports.
Yeah, just round after round. It's just flawless execution all around. I mean, Bren would lose an agent here and there, but eventually the objective falls into their hands here.
Yeah, in this case, though, we will have a situation where and Dubstep will get 3. Chimaera. Overall, though, that we see them try to figure something out, but Bren Esports gonna be getting the answer yet again. Chimaera, though, still has a chance at this. Anything can happen, but look at the shutdown onto Gado. You'd never want to see a Reyna with a 0-10 scoreline.
Yeah, this is just almost unbelievable. And this is something pretty incredible, and I really do believe that this is a telltale sign that Bren is thinking 2 steps ahead of their opponent. And this is why Bren is such a deadly team. Not only are they mechanically phenomenal as individual players, they're also very, very smart tacticians.
And here we go again. They will go for the push. Worship and Ting, though, with the takedown suspense there as well. And Chimaera, at the very least, trying to mix it up. Kina natin kanina aggression, kina natin kanina defense. They're trying it again, mixing it as much as possible. Parang golden ball lang. But it really feels like Bren is just ready for it again. They make it quick on the execute on A side. Gado pushing with the Bucky still gets answered. At alam talaga ng Bren, mahilig mag-shotgun to ang Chimaera. They play it far, they make it happen. Here comes the Stinger though. And Varkum still gets the kill, but Brain Freeze now with the tap. And at least a kill here for Chimaera, but Bren still has 3 members on site.
Yeah. I mean, despite getting a few picks here and there, Bren still has a hold on the objective here. And in the end, Brain Freeze does have an array of guns right there, but gets taken out by Jesse Vash on that operator. 10-1 scoreline now, with Chimaera with 1 point on the board. This is the last round on their defense phase. Let's see if they can actually fare better on the attack. This is pretty incredible to see.
Bit of a heartbreaker here for Team Chimaera and their fans, but there's still another game if ever, and there's still another half still. Yeah. There is no counting out Team Chimaera from what they've done so far. Again,
absolutely.
They have been on the upturn here because we came into the group stage thinking that Chimaera would be a middling performance, and then they show up with a 3-0, and they didn't make it to the grand finals. So in this case, they have already gone beyond expectation, but sometimes you can expect even more, and it's the fight against Bren, it's to win that crown. We'll see though if they can do it here on Split, or will they need a map 2 and 3 if ever. Dubstep though, holding close to the garage, and Bren saying, we keep it simple, we'll do it again on B sites.
This is looking like to be a blitz here for the last round of this first half. Rolling Thunder and Showstopper gonna be popping off right here.
Dubstep looking around, Showstopper right now trying to find a target. I like the hide here from the Killjoy. And oh my god, the HP on our Brain Freeze. He will survive with 1 HP. He stays away from the paint shells. And he even throws down the mollies there. But here comes the Nano Swarm from both sides. It's a lot of spam, and Bren Esports has to decide. Are they going for it? Are they not? How will they move? Dubstep sees a corner, but Gado will punish him. At eto na ang simula para kay Gado. Can he get the paint train on? Dispenser though is there. The defuse is cancelled. There we have the halfway though, but Beats is also on the board. Team Chimaera having the advantage now. Jesse Bass trying to get the shot with the operator, but no! Ripper will make it happen. And yun talaga yun, nakapatay lang si Gado. Finally, they will get around. Ripper again though, so exceptional. Beats also on the board. We'll get 2, and you can see our top 2, man. Our top 2 is really making sure that Chimaera is still in this game.
Absolutely, but let's talk about that Brain Freeze with 1 HP in a dream, making such a huge impact with that lockdown, causing Dubstep and crew to be displaced into a bad position, allowing Gado and the rest of his team to get a few kills. But damn, anything can happen. Again, 2-10 scoreline here. Sometimes we see Chimaera just absolutely popping off, even against the former Adroit lineup on attack phase. So let's see how they're going to play this out.
Right there.
Anything is possible, but it's looking improbable.
It's looking very
that's the
improbable.
problem right now. Bren Esports and the composition is geared at putting you in chokehold and basically making you tap out there. But Chimaera, double duelist again, is all about making plays and making entry points. So maybe the Raze the Reyna can do something about this setup. Tower hold though para kay Dubstep, trying to make sure utility is utilized as much as possible into the middle. That's gonna be the Boombot though, getting front formation. Bren Esports though in the meantime on the east side. At ayan na naman, kita talaga natin ang Chimaera. Naghahanap ng paraan makapitas. Killjoy on the A side. It's the Raze on the B, and they're going for mid control again.
Look at that brain freeze. Takes down Ching with a juicy one tap. Jesse Vash though answers back. Takes down brain freeze in return. Okay, that's a very interesting wall. Blocking off
Tower.
Heaven over there.
Yeah, so it's gonna be funneling them over to ramps if ever. Jesse Vash waiting it out. Dubstep though gonna be hopping on top of the wall, and that's gonna be the classic getting 2-3 in a row for Jesse Vash. He is holding the line. He is surviving. Goes for the heal though, and that's the swing there from the Omen. Realizes the situation. Here's the orb, and Ripper will get that takedown. But Dispenser on top of the box again, all covered in cheese. That Beat's gonna be in the meantime hiding behind the cardboard box. He gets the spike. He gets the kill. 1v1 between our Breach and our Raze.
Here's the thing, Beats only has 48 HP, and of course, our Breach, Borkum, still has full HP over here, and he does get damaged by the turret even more. You know how annoying that turret is on the pistol round, Daks.
Round 1 raid bots, basically.
Oh my god.
Light armor on it,
10 seconds
and you know
left.
it's a struggle. Both line to even get the cancel. Beats has to get the kill now, and there we have the flash,
god,
and
he
Borkum. That's his
Flash
clean.
for 10 years, man.
The 1v1 ending in Bren's favor yet again. You can really see the utility uses from Bren, always exceptional. And you made that point a while ago, Borkum's scary on that Breach.
He is absolutely lethal on that Breach. He's been an absolute force to be reckoned with. Doesn't matter what map, as long as he's on that Breach. And quite frankly, you know, on that Lurk, he's such an autonomous player. Can really hold off his own, especially maximizing Breach's kit, staying alive is stuff like that.
Ripper and Beats really trying their best. I have to give so much props to Ripper there. Ilang beses siya naka-multi-kill to try and give Team Chimaera the advantage. Pero mukhang si Ching wala siyang pake. And somehow, no one actually hitting the Omen there. Even with all of the marshals in hand. Jesse Vash though, in the meantime, Spectre here. At parang ginagawa ng Chimaera ngayon, it's a gun salute to say, hey Bren, come at us. We'll try to get those kills. But it's just not happening. First pick off already for Bren, and Ching holding close dito sa may wall.
We're seeing Bren make use of a lot of real estate that they're being given here, but Jesse Vash
Oh my
gets
God.
slapped in the face.
And Ching slaps back onto 2. I think Vash thought he could jump over that, but nope. It just blows him up and incinerates his legs, basically. But Ripper is going to be the one taking the new angle. He saw the judge get the kills. He's waiting it out. He's spamming it down, though. And right now, Bren Esports is rotating accordingly. Spike in the hands of the Omen. Still can't count out Ripper because he has just been the one to watch out for Dita's Chimaera. We also have Beats. So in all honesty, from performance so far, if anyone can clutch it, it has to be these two. But no, the Nanoswarm forcing Beats back.
And taking out his armor here. And again, battling it out with
30
that
seconds
robot.
left.
That very, very annoying little thing.
Kaya pa to. Team Chimaera. Just a little bit more grit and a little bit more trust. But right now, they have to trust the angle, and Borkum catches out Beats. Ripper, though, with the counter. Paranoid right now, expecting the second peak. Doesn't happen, though. And Chimaera, again, look at that time. Bren is really...
10 seconds left.
It's just so hard. And Force Plant will lead to his demise. Bren Esports on match point. And there you go again. Not only is Bren winning the duels, but also they're winning out in time.
Let's take a look at this instant replay. Powered by Exploit. Ching almost getting a 3-piece right there, making great use of that judge.
Grabe talaga. Ang Bren Esports statement game ang map 1 na to. Isa na lang para sa kanilang panalo. Pero ang Chimaera, if they are gonna win, this has to be it, right?
Yeah, this definitely has to be a start of a comeback here. We've seen some incredible comebacks in the past, but again, looking very, very improbable.
Heart is bleeding right now for Team Chimaera, but it really goes to show performance is where it matters. And we'll see, though, if Chimaera can make it happen. I do believe, though, that they did get a few force buys here and there, so they're not going to have the best arsenal so far para sa ating third round dito sa half na ito. But they are going to try their darndest, that's for sure. Jesse Vash now with a wall close by a main, and Dubstep keeping an eye out on Milm. Might see Gado here and sees the Reyna. There's the spray. Who can get that takedown? It's still Dubstep with the answer.
Dubstep just taking down a crucial, integral part of Chimaera's squadron right there. Brain Freeze also out of commission. Now it's going to be a 3v5. Looks like Bren is looking to close this out real fast.
They really want to make sure that they get back home with a good night's sleep. But Ching and Dubstep on the board. Worship now all alone. And in all honesty, if Chimaera wants to win the series, they have to go for a hope and a prayer to get more rounds. Because Dispenser will dispense justice. 13-2. Yan ang statement ng Bren Esports na gusto nila mag-champion na ngayon.
that was just a surgical precision coming in from Bren Esports. It's really, really hard to describe what transpired. But, you got to give it respect to both of our teams. Of course, Chimaera, having the know-how to at least try and innovate these strategies. Going for that double operator setup early on in the round. But fortunately, it just not pay off.
Intense. And we are back with our triple panel here. And Ling, what did we just witness? Thumbs up, thumbs down performance? What's going on?
Definitely a double thumbs up for Bren Esports. Well deserved. And parang medyo ito talaga yung pinag-usapan natin kanina na mahihirapan talaga sila on playing around that over and over again because Bren has seen that Bren has seen enough plays coming out from Team Chimaera to the point na they are so familiar na. They're so familiar na kung ano talaga yung mga weaknesses nila and nakikita talaga natin sa larong yun na yeah, I'm pretty sure they're already fed up at this point na dude, give us something else. Parang yun yung sinasabi ng Bren ngayong gabi And yeah, doon talaga natin nakikita because of the score. Honestly, stats don't lie, and based on how the players actually performed, you definitely know na individually they definitely know what to do on how to react in certain situations, and that this is where actually the team falls back into place regardless of kahit maput sila on the manpower disadvantage. Bren Esports would still prevail on the situation no matter what.
I love Team Chimaera, but that was just Bren Esports saying that ang split sa kanila ay bye. Parang 1-0 lead na talaga. And it really goes to show their composition is unparalleled so far. It really chokes you out. It's really such a news waiting to happen.
Right.
At sabi ng Bren Esports, no matter what, attack o defense sila, makakagawa silang paraan. Ilang beses, diba? Nakakuha sila map control dahil sa utility. And Vim, ano pinakapansin mo dun, especially on the attacking side? What did they do right so many times?
I mean, aside from Jesse Vash, just making great use of those barrier orbs for those classic textbook plays. It's just quite frankly them being 2 steps ahead of the competition at all times. They're just really good at reading the rotations and movements of Chimaera.
Yeah, a lot of high ground right there. And Link, gotta ask you, we saw a lot of high ground from Bren Esports, not only by taking tower control, but also the walls. So ano masasabi natin sa mga walls ni Vash dun?
Honestly, it's not really something I've seen on a daily basis. Parang it's something na I would definitely pick up when I try to use the Sage. And hindi naman talaga lahat tayo who are fully capable of going on towards that aggressive plays just coming out from defenders. Isipin mo, parang aggressive plays, attacker side, I mean, natural na yun. Pero isipin mo, yung mga positions na ginagawa nila, parang sinasabi mo talaga na Bren has a lot more knowledge compared to pretty much everyone else in the team. And nakikita mo on the crossfires that he definitely tried to implement during that setup. Parang makikita mo talaga na they know a lot better, therefore it's really something na Chimaera didn't anticipate, diba? Kahit yung mga unusual walls was basically something that stood out. Parang dun sila naka-create on basically an off angle that wasn't really there before, but Bren Esports actually showed us in this tournament. So yeah.
Grabe. I remember the wall sa may A ramp. That's hey, Vash is just waiting with the classic. Right click. He just gets those kills.
That wall actually funneled the sort of foot traffic onto A ramp, allowing him to get those cheeky right-click plays. And that's something very creative that we can come to expect from Mr. Jesse Vash. So, you gotta give it to him. Yeah.
Parang si Vash sabi niya, kaka-release ng Valorant. He plays walls, he plays up, and he's fine and dandy. Pero for Chimaera naman, positives though has to be the performance from Ripper as well as Beats.
Yeah.
These two.
Dynamic duo.
They're really showing on up. Problem though is you're playing double duelist and your bottom frag is Reyna. Gado is an amazing player. Nag-pop up na siya ng semi-final. Pero talaga, iba yung kailangan mo standard sa Reyna eh. You have to watch out for kills because Reyna's abilities only work if you get the kill. So you are especially harsh on a Reyna player kasi they don't do anything kung hindi sila makakapatay, diba? Ikaw about Ling, what do you think of that?
Well, I would definitely have to agree with you on that. Kasi mapapawalang bisa talaga ang paggagamit mo ng Reyna, given that, once you actually really need those frags that you need to even fully utilize your abilities at this point. And, para sasabihin talaga natin, para yung mapapabisa ka as like a duelist, as like a Reyna player on towards the map, which is something na hindi talaga natin nakita coming out from Gadors. Like, yes, he's like a good player that I've seen, like an excellent fragger, but this time around, it's like something like, it's a Gadors that I'm not really used to. Diba, I've seen him popped off individually, semis, I mean, the games that I've casted kanina just a while ago. Gadors definitely did try his best, but this time around, parang, he would somewhat struggle against a team
Perhaps almost
like Bren
deliberately shut
Esports.
down.
Yeah, parang focus talaga. And, fatigue might be picking in. We might have an imposter among
We've
us.
all
but
had a long day.
it really
but
is.
that's actually a real thing.
That
Fatigue
happens.
is a real thing in esports.
Yeah, so a little bit of some crunches there, maybe some little bit of warm-ups for Team Chimaera yet again. They still have a chance on Haven. It is their pick. Tas may bind pa tayo pag manalo daw ang Chimaera. Pero there you go. Splits going in favor of Bren. And before we get into map number 2, let's toss it that over to our hosts again.
Thank you so much, Daks, Vyminal, and Ling. Grabe nga naman. Game number 1 of our grand finals didn't go as we expected, unfortunately. I would personally say na nag-under-deliver tong Chimaera.
Yeah, actually, before the match started, sinabi ko sana wag 13-2, sana wag
Binati niya.
13-3.
Kasalanan ni Cloud ang
Like,
lahat.
I wanted the opposite to happen, pero that's what happened. And actually, hindi ko naintindihan bakit naging ganun ka lopsided yung laro.
Maybe yun nga, sabi ng casters, maybe it's fatigue. Maybe nag-build up din kasi nakaka-tilt yung ganun eh.
Yeah.
If it were me in their shoes, matitilt ako. And I think one of the underrated features na hindi pa na-utilize ng ibang teams dito is yung tactical pause. Yun nga, sabi ko kanina, 1 minute of pause para mag-realign, mag-regroup, mag-reset kayo. Kasi, yun nga if tuloy-tuloy na rounds, wala pa kayong panalo, maybe you just need to take a breath really quickly. Ayusin nyo, mag-usap kayo as a team, huminga kayong malalim, and then after that, alam mo yun, babalik na yung skills.
Pero kasi, what I fear for Chimaera is coming from a game like that, especially for Gado, Reyna ka tapos 0-11, like 1-11 something, hindi mo nagamit at all yung Q&E mo. Like, I don't know how you can come back from that. Alam mo yun, parang yung moral mo, like personally, ako bagsak na So I don't know how they're going to deal with that. Moving on to game 2.
Kayang-kaya nila yan. As a professional player, as an athlete, kailangan andun lagi yung mental fortitude na tinatawag nila. Na nagkamali ka sa game na to, you gotta...
Erase.
Yeah, you gotta erase kasi this is another game that you're facing and this is the finals. So, it has to count. You have to make it count. Hindi porket hindi ka nakapag-perform the previous game, parang you'll sulk over that. No. You have to fight your demons, you have to fight the negative thinking, and you have to perform. Kasi si Gado, when Gado is online, kitang-kita natin na online siya.
Yeah.
Reyna may not be the top choice or yung top pick, yung pick percentage in tournaments. Pero nakita natin si Gado, comfort pick niya yan. At pag online siya, wala na. Tapos
Actually, he really puts on a show. Kaninang semifinals when he was online, sobrang sarap niya panoorin talaga. Pero ngayon, like, I just felt sad for him, Sana makabawi siya and sana, Chimaera can bounce back from this loss. It's not what we expected for the grand finals, but, it's not too late.
Kayang-kaya pa yan ng Chimaera. I believe in this team. Like, siguro may intimidation factor din kasi nga laging sinasabi na Bren has been undefeated. So, kailangan i-shove aside lang ng team na to yung mental, yung thinking na gano'n na, okay, we're up against Bren, they're undefeated, mahihirapan kami dito. No. Dapat ang mindset mo, kaya namin to.
Yeah.
Kaya naming labanan tong team na to. We've prepared for it. Siguro, ang lamang lang dito ng Bren, time and time again, kita naman natin, advantageous sila. Even sa split na most hated map ng mga tao, sabi mo nga, except ako. Tapos, ayun, parang inaral lang rin nila talaga tong Chimaera. Well prepared.
Ang confident din kasi gumalaw talaga ng Bren Like,
Syempre,
they're
coordinated sila.
They're willing to risk unorthodox plays, like in any map, in any situation, kasi confident sila that they can pull it off. And I think that's what Chimaera needs right now.
I'm sure in time, hopefully, in the next couple of minutes, bago tayo magsimula sa ating game number 2, mahanap ng Chimaera yung
Sana
yung
ma-recreate
momentum
nila.
nila, yung yes, sana ito na, makita na namin yung totoong performance ng Chimaera. Pero before anything else, we would like to thank our sponsors, Globe at Home, because with Globe at Home, you can recreate the world right at home.
And of course, the official PC partner for KDR Tournament Series is Legion Philippines and Intel. Stylish outside, savage inside.
The KDR Tournament Series is also powered by XSplit and is brought to you by Valorant PH and Valorant Rising. And before we go on a quick break, we just want to remind you guys that we still have giveaways for you guys, and the prizes are right down below. So I'm not sure which one we'll be announcing later on, pero keep your eyes on the prize right here. All you gotta do to join is use our official hashtags, which you can find in the comment section down below. Don't forget to show some love and support for your favorite teams out here. Grand Finals sa tayo, game number 2, coming up after the break.
Grabe, kung iisipin ko, there's so many more things that we can do with 5G. In so many industries, like automotive industry, you have self-driving cars, we always talk about that. And logistics, you got drones flying all over, delivering packages. Sobrang galing na, no, Janina? She is no longer with us. 1G started back in the 80s, and back then you could only do analog voice calls. 4G is like you're on a 2-lane highway, you're in your sedan, driving along with other cars. But 5G, you're in a 10-lane highway in your sports car. Parang kasama ka sa crowd, no? Without physically going to the store.
Ooh! Self-driving cars? I wouldn't need to get my license anymore.
A drone could actually deliver a package straight to you.
Parang gusto ko na mag-fast forward into the future.
I will swear to mo because the future is closer than ever.
Practice that a lot, no?
are back to the grand finals of the KDR Tournament Series. Game 1 was not as what we
Sabihin mo game two na.
expected.
Yes, unfortunately, it wasn't Chimaera's game. I'd have to say na hindi pa sila online in that part. Pero game number 2, anything can happen.
Yes.
Hopefully, nakapag-recover na sila from that interesting game. And makabawi sila. After all, game number 2 is their map pick, which is Haven.
Kanina nga, 'di ba, napag-usapan natin, ito yung maganda sa mga best of 3 series. I mean, you're given a chance na makabawi, maka-recoup and recover
Yes.
and learn from your losses and your wins.
Yeah, so makitiwala tayo na itong Chimaera, map pick nila to. They have the advantage here kasi for sure, you wouldn't pick a map na...
Exactly.
eh,
Nadehado ka.
yun na nga
Hindi ka
eh.
pipili ng dehado ka.
So, we're gonna look forward to that. Pero before anything else, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, may giveaway tayo and I'm excited to announce who the winners are for 500 pesos worth of GCash. Yes, ang dami nating GCash prizes today. Hindi tayo tinigilan ng GCash. So, thank you so much, Globe at Home, for these prizes again. So, ito na nga ang ating winners.
Rashid 1C, Jora Miko Claudio, Migs Atienza, and that makes up a total of 9 GCash giveaways.
9
Gra-
times 500 pesos. Compute nyo na lang, mabagal ako sa math. Pero ganun karami yung pinamigay natin today alone. Pero kung nakasaksi kayo in the previous days, ang dami talaga nating pinamigay na prizes overall, the
Yeah.
duration of the KDR tournament.
Grabe talaga kung may bala ka talaga mag-stream, manood ka lang ng isang event. Okay ka na.
Oo.
May
Pwede,
mouse,
pwede
may
mong
headset.
makumpleto. May
Grabe.
bingo ka dito. Pero yun naman yung maganda dito sa KDR tournament series natin.
Yeah.
You get to learn a lot, you get to win a lot.
Exactly. And of course, dahil nga doon na madami tayong napapanalunan and napapamigay and everything, of course, we have to thank the people providing the support.
Yes, of course. So we'd like to give a huge thank you to Globe at Home. Because with Globe at Home, you can recreate the world right at home.
And of course, the official PC partner for KDR Tournament Series is Legion Philippines and Intel. Stylish outside, savage inside.
We are also powered by XSplit, and we are brought to you by Valorant PH and Valorant Rising. Cloud, ito na.
This is it. It's either Bren.
It's either Bren dominates this game or wins this game, or we move on to game number 3,
Yes.
which I'm hoping is the latter.
And whoever wins this series will emerge as the first ever KDR Tournament Series champions.
Syempre, you will be part of history in the making. So, best of luck to Bren Esports and best of luck to Chimaera. Chimaera, we're rooting for you guys. We hope that you step up and you show us what you guys truly are made of. And without further ado, I think it's time that we pass it on to our casters para simulan na yung bakbakan dito. So, Vyminal and Daks, back to you guys.
We are back. Uy, ako nasa gitna. Andyan si Ling
There we
rin. Don't forget about Ling, guys.
Chat, we see you. We
Yeah,
see you,
the-
chat.
the-
We
the
listen
Ling.
to you,
Tama
chat.
ba ang acting directions? Yes. So we are back with
I think
our
so.
panel. Game number 2. At mukhang ito na ang ating, juju that's been happening in the Valorant PH scene. Kasi ang map natin, guys, ay, alam mo yun, Haven.
Haven, right?
Oh, no.
The cursed map.
Cursed map. Ling, ano yung cursed number natin ulit?
It's always gonna be 11, Dax. Always gonna be 11.
It's a bit of an inside joke here in the community.
I don't think it's a joke anymore. I think
It's
it's a fact.
it's a real phenomenon. At this
Someone gets stuck at 11, then the comeback happens. Pero, sakto lang, 11-11, make a wish. And seems like our hosts are wishing for a game number 3. Pero kita talaga natin dun sa splits. Well, it was Bren saying that we will win this whole thing. And they're gonna try to do it again. Ilang beses na mga nanib ang buhay ng Bren sa Haven. Pero ilang beses na rin sila naka-comeback. At Ling, naalala mo yung mga keys na ganun against which teams?
They went up against Team Hashira. We all remembered that. 10-2 from literally 10-2, 11-13 natapos. Isipin mo yun. They went up against AG Nefarious.
I just go.
11, was it
Yes,
4-11?
It was like 11-1.
11-1?
11-1.
11-1?
Tapos 11-1
Man.
rin on the other side. So, naging
Yep.
12-12,
It was a
nag-overtime.
mirror.
It was a
Essentially.
mirror. And you can
Yeah.
see for Bren, it's a great map to win in, but at the same time, it's a hard road. So, kung gusto ng Chimaera, madamay dun sa scoreboard na yun, well, they have to perform. Kasi ito ang map pick nila. A 3-site setup, mahilig sa mga double duelists. What do you think, Ling? Ano kaya maging laro dito ng Chimaera ngayon?
Well, expected of course na gusto talaga natin makita ang bumawi ulit si Gadowers this time around on towards a different map. Haven, once and for all, double duel setup. Of course, we are going to be anticipating that once again. But I really do hope that they're making the right decision here so far, given that sobrang hirap talaga when I actually start this one out as like on defenders. And kung tutuusin naman talaga, we've actually seen some plays here coming out from Bren Esports na kung masasabi ko talaga are really hard to contest for. I want to see more on the duelists make openings for that. I want to see Gadowers do a lot more than this. Kasi honestly, when I said a while ago na gusto ko may pakita silang kakaiba this time around, I wasn't expecting that to happen. I wasn't expecting that, like anything that bad to happen. But I really do hope that the second map is a real great chance for them to prove themselves once again that, na kahayang-kaya talaga ng Team Chimaera ang team like Bren Esports. And yeah.
Yeah, it's something, diba? Ikaw, Vim, what you gotta say?
I mean, at this point in time, I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to be expecting another double duelist sort of agent composition, but I'm welcome to be proven wrong. Because again, this is nighttime for them to bring out something new, perhaps a new ace up their sleeve. Although I am expecting perhaps Chimaera to, the first match was a bit of a wake-up call, right? So I really expect them to perform way better in this map pick.
Objectively, I expect that too. Chimaera has to do it now. Kasi itong game number 2, talo na sila sa buong tournament ito. Bren will be our champion. Pero, there is still the fact of the matter na we've seen Chimaera be one of the best teams to go for A executes that are absolutely raw. Tipong set up lang sila sa A site, tapos post-plant, alam na nila paano mag-defend ng Heaven. Alam nila paano i-defend yung double tailwind. So like, one of the best, parang nag-aim lang sila na tipong, flick, you're dead! And I'm like, what is the spider shot? So it really goes to show, if they can play to their strengths, you know that they are going to be doing a good job. So for both of you though, questions about any kind of rosters you're expecting. We'll start with Ling. Ano kaya ang lalaroin at Bren ng Chimaera dito?
For sure, hindi na expected for this map. Hindi talaga dapat mawawala ang breach because kitang-kita talaga natin kung gaano kagamit na gamit ang Rolling Thunder when it comes to like post-plant situations, when it comes to like side takes. And for situations like that, it makes a huge turnaround of events para sa mga teams on like professional teams such as Bren Esports and Chimaera. And they're very well aware on how breach is actually in the current meta right now. And sobrang, let's just say, it's really hard for that agent to not be even considered as part of their lineup. And expected there is supposed to be a solo play there because recon bot retakes are gonna be a lot, like 10 times a lot easier if we know where everyone is right now. So 2 agents talaga expecting na hindi talaga mawawala coming out from both teams.
Yeah, as for me naman, Daks and Ling, I really do expect of course Dispenser to be playing that Cypher. Again, Cypher is a very integral agent in defending a site, especially in a map like Haven. You can sit atop Heaven there, be completely blocked off line of sight, and still be able to pinpoint the exact location of your enemy because of the tripwires and the camera. So yeah, I'm gonna be expecting very typical agent compositions from both Bren Esports and Chimaera, typical of what we've seen from them in the past.
Yeah, it's just, hey, it's what we've seen so far in terms of history, but double intel.
Double intel, I think for both teams.
3 sites, two intels, might as well, diba? Parang you get that information, you get a little bit more. We've seen some teams still play the Killjoy instead dito sa Haven kasi it's kinda intel yung turret, tipong tambay lang dyan, tas biglang
I really think
ka na lang.
Cypher is still far superior here in Haven.
Yeah, I think the Cypher does have some antics, especially sa A site. Ikaw, Ling, sa Sentinel pick mo, Cypher o Killjoy or Sage? Ano?
I'm much
Opinion
more
lang.
inclining more into like the Cypher pick this time around. Kahit sabihin mo talaga na gamit ng turret, pero iba pa rin talaga ang nabibigay ng information ng camera because there are certain angles talaga na hindi na makakover like fully ng turret, and sasabihin talaga natin, it's a lot better for you to actually see and be aware of where everyone is really at. It's not gonna be like honestly, the sound cues is not gonna suffice for me to actually have an idea on like on the idea kung saan pa talaga sila angle mag-push. Kasi sabihin talaga natin, you just have that vague information. Oh, may tao sa A, but not really knowing whichever angle talaga sa there can be coming from, and possibly sa mga post-ban situations na sabihin talaga natin na kailangan talaga malalaman kung saan to make the job a lot easier for us. I to go in for retakes and go in for side takes.
Yeah, intel indeed gonna be important. And as we see that, Vash will be on to Sova and Spencer on the Cypher. Got Borkum on the Breach, Ching on the Omen, and Dubstep is back on the Jet. And we've been waiting for this all day. Parang ilang beses natin nakita siya on Raze, diba? It was split, tapos bind.
Yeah.
So Raze, tapos split ulit. So
Pero
Raze.
parang this is the first time we've seen them play Haven in quite a while, at least
Yeah.
today. So yeah, pag Haven talaga nag-jet si Dubstep in most cases, right?
Buti naman. It's fine to see Dubstep back on his signature agent. Si Dispenser daw talaga yung nag-flex na eh. From, alala ko, all the way back, one trick, Reyna lang siya.
Yeah, he was a Reyna player, right?
He was like playing Frogger with Dismiss. He was like, I'm jumping around, I'm invisible. You can see me, but you can't hurt me. And it was pretty funny there. Pero tita talaga, yung Bren Esports roster, they have made the leap to Valorant completely. And they have made such an amazing impact there. So, a pretty standard composition. You expect that from Bren. And di na sila nagtitipong mag-experiment pa tayo sa tournament. We'll try this out. We know that we have made this happen. And guys, you know, Bren Esports, one of the best teams, honestly, the best team in the PH scene, but they are one of the best teams in the region. Nakita ko na dati yung scrim calendar nila. Just go the names that you can mention there. SLPS, ano ba? I remember
HQ.
Vision Strikers, THQ, AAA, C9 Korea. Like,
What?
Top tier teams
Nah.
in the region, essentially.
it's ridiculous.
They've set their sights beyond the Philippines.
I want to scrim against them too and just get destroyed. Calling G tayo, scrim against C9 Korea.
013.
Honestly, ready na ako mabugbog. But yung experience alone, marami talaga ako makikita.
Okay, pass ako dyan, guys.
Oo, G ako. And there we go. So, Bren Esports in the roster. Can't wait to see what Chimaera is running here. And we'll see. Ripper, Brain Freeze, Worship Beats, and Gadowers. Let's find the Redemption Arc Tita para sa team Chimaera. Kaya ba nilang makahabol? Kasi last time nag-game sila, it was a little shaky and they actually lost out against Team Atos. So, Redemption is in twofold. Win on the map and win against Bren Ripper though on the Omen. And really keep an eye out on the Omen, guys. He has the hoodie, so he's a cool guy already. At alam mo, maka-triple kill lang siya out of nowhere. Brain Freeze on the Sova, Worship on the Cypher, Beats on the Raze, and Gado is on the Reyna. So here we go again. It's time for the true redemption arc to come para kay Gado.
Now, again, this is going to be nighttime for redemption for Chimaera, as they are pretty much playing the same lineup, except, of course, the double intel coming into play on a map like Haven. Very, very much expected here.
Very much expected, of course, yun pa, Vim. Kasi kung tutuusin naman din, there's like a lot of, sabihin natin, a lot of sites for them to actually fend for. And, you know, playing as defenders first, or sabihin natin, playing as defenders, so basically any point, like any half of the game, parang masasabi talaga natin that there are gonna be sites that you're not gonna be constantly gonna be contesting for, especially when you're basically up against like a very experienced team. And it's actually really nice na, you know, we're just gonna be like leaving it that way. Cypher cameras are a way to go for you to actually, you know, para mababantayan mo ng site without even have, you know, parang sa mga aggressive camera din na masasabi na you wouldn't have to like risk your life to go in for the first contact na possibly gonna be risking yourself to be picked off immediately out of that. So good picks, double intel, double duelist, and a single controller on towards this game. We're really looking forward to how Gadowers and of course the rest of their team are gonna be playing this out so far. And yeah,
I mean, guys, look at the logo of Chimaera, ha? They have their fangs bared. They are a predator waiting to happen. And double duelists, they have to bear not just one fang, but two. They have to make sure Beats and Gadowers are doing it here and now to force out bind as a map. And in all honesty, it really feels like these last two map picks can go in Chimaera's favor kasi nakita natin ang history ng Bren sa bind. It's been hit or miss, but syempre mostly hit. But still, the misses usually happen on that third map. So, if Chimaera can make Haven a possibility, then they also make bind a possibility. This is a best of three. So Bren only needs two. to take the crown. 120,000 ang on the line sa weekend na ito. May 30k pa tayo para sa next week, pero kitang-kita talaga na dito sa KDR series, big money. And guys, before we go, it's gonna be us getting into the game here. Gotta say though, Ling, real quick, you still there? Any predictions for the score?
Predictions for the score.
11,
I would
13?
give this 9-13.
Okay, 9-13.
9-13.
In favor of who?
In favor of Bren Esports though.
Okay, so there you have it. Bren Esports having the God's grace of Ling. Ikaw, Bim, tanong, di ba you're still a Chimaera believer? Do you think it's good?
I am a believer. I think I really can't say what the score will be, but I do believe they are capable of taking this map away from Bren.
Ako guys, sabihin ko na lang, 11-13. I don't know who will win, but 11-13 yan. Because 11 is the magic number. But let's get in the game. Big shoutouts to Ling right there, and great to have her on the panel. We'll see her later on yet again. Kasi ito na, Bim, it's time to shine on B side. At ang Chimaera, ang unang mag-a-attack dito. In the meantime, Bren Esports gonna be on the defense. And you guys are tuning on in to the grand finals of the KDR tournament series. It has been a wild romp. 225,000 peso prize pool overall. 195,000 pesos na ang nabigay natin so far. And kita-kita talaga natin. Oh my God, the money. Like, I'm trying to explain to some of our foreign viewers how much money it is. And it's just like 4K, 4.5, has 5K kind of dollars right there. But it is Chimaera on the money! At itong kailangan nila sa umpisa na to. Good start. Confidence is there. At sabi nila, game 1, that's a fluke. Dubstep though, catching out Ripper, low HP. He also avoids the shot. That is just a matrix right there waiting to happen. But Chimaera, oh no, Dubstep. He catches at Gado mid-reload. He's buying time, and with the paint shells, yeah, it's gonna be that. Dubstep though, he's making a highlight reel for himself. Beats will get that takedown. Worship gets blown up. But Chimaera with a good start here.
Very strong start for Chimaera. It's just yung pagpasok nila dun, yung pag-execute nila sa B, napakaganda. They were able to plant the spike there, and then they rotated away from the site, tried to secure A link, and basically secured mid window as well. So there's really no reason for you to actually stay right in the middle of B and sort of funnel yourself into that very, very small area, right?
Yeah, and hey, at least we see Chimaera making it happen. Good start for them, and it really feels like their confidence not shaken whatsoever. And that is a sign of a great team. Kailangan talaga confident ka.
These guys are pros,
Kailangan
of course.
mag-champion ka, boss. That's how it works. But here we go again. Chimaera in the middle. Sabi nila, B-push worked once. Let's see it work twice.
Vorkum flights coming in.
Vorkum, he gets a face full of the rays there, and Beats will fly on in to get that takedown. Parang na Superman tackle ka doon, pero si Dubstep with a tap, Ripper though with the answer. Chimaera now looking to plant, and I think they forgot to put that spike down, and they're just going for deathmatch instead.
Yep, it looks like the spike is going to be going down here. Beats on the plant. Spencer going for the flank, but gets taken up at Godot. With that early Phantom, is been known to upgrade quite early to basically frag out as soon as he can.
Beats actually got the headshot there on the Ching mid TP, and that's ridiculous. But Brain Freeze will wrap it up at ang Chimaera. Good start at si Gado. Nakakapatay, masaya na ako. Because how long did he have no kills in Split, man?
I'm not sure, maybe about 11 rounds.
So good start. He's finally done it, and that's what you need from the Reyna. I know it's a harsh fact, but really, stats do matter kay Reyna. Because we keep mentioning, guys, that you have to get those kills to make those orbs actually appear.
Yeah, that's basically how our kit works. If you're unaware, for those of you in the audience, you require a kill in order to activate those abilities. So very, it's a lot easier said than
It's
done.
kind of sad nga na the most objective thing to say to Reyna is your stats do matter. Like, because
Your
you have,
KD
diba,
actually
you have every other agent, they can do things kahit bot frag ka. Pero pag Reyna bot frag ka, you know you're doing something wrong. That's really the most objective thing you can say right now. So Gado Redemption Arc, good start muna. It seems like this is the first chapter to the second act. And speaking of the second act, this is the second, no, it's actually the third round in our second game. Gado though, with the entry at ayan na si Gado. Nag-ising na siya.
He's coming online, man.
I
And
know.
he is a very, very scary player to play against. This guy.
I'm so happy for Gado so far, but we are not done yet. Kasi Bren with the lineup! And you know, I checked out Jesse Vash a while ago, and he was just practicing these lineups. He had some amazing darts so far, and he will do it there to wrap up the default planter. But Spike has been planted. Dubstep also on the board. Bren Esports right now getting taps that they need. This is the turnaround they're looking for, and it's up to Brain Freeze. He will catch out Ching, but Dispenser with a kill. And Bren just out of nowhere, brings in the lightning. Seems like it is the God of Thunder here, Jesse Vash, not Zeus anymore, getting a little bit more, and Bren will get that third round.
And kita niyo dun yung ano eh, yung Cypher diff over there at 8 hour, diba? He was completely smoked off, pero he could still sort of have an idea where the opponents were because of those tripwires, because of these camera vision, and that's really the strength of a Cypher, holding down a tower, and that's why he's so good on a map like Haven, holding down a site.
Yeah. I like it. Especially if you have Cypher Cages, even if you get smoked out, you can still see what's going on. And you know, guys, if you want to do some math real quick, if Bren takes this, they already took the big slice of the main qualifiers, so that's around 30k, and that's 60k for the playoffs, so that's around 90k, almost 100,000 overall. Chimaera, in the meantime, they came in from the upper bracket of wildcards, so may 5k na sila, and they are looking for a 65 basically overall as well. For tingnan natin, there we have the 1-for-1 trades. Grabe talaga though, and we gotta thank our sponsors for that one. Globe at Home, Legion Philippines, and Intel, as well as XSplit, for allowing us to give back to our community in terms of the giveaways, and syempre to our players for the prize pool itself. Pero 4v4, ilang beses natin sinabi na Vim, na dito sa Haven, first pick off for the attack is a lot more instrumental than the first pick off for the defense.
Because you have so many angles to watch, so many sites to defend. You know, it's definitely going to put you at a disadvantage, more so if you are on the defensive end of things over here on Haven. So here it seems that Chimaera will be favoring a B execute once again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, guys, real quick, it's just how my eyes work. If you know the context, then you already know what it's all about. But you know, the eyes of the Spencer are all wide open. He catches that brain freeze, but that's the swing from Chimaera. And they just come as one. They come as a unit. Pero huli si Gado dyan. Si Bork makakapatay. There's the flash. It's too far off, though, to affect beats. And he turns around, but he hears two guns. So he should know that both members are at C-Link.
Yeah, it's very, very, you know, it causes a lot of paranoia. When those sound cues sort of confuse you, sometimes you look behind.
10 seconds left.
He does choose to plant on A instead. Very, very good presence of mind here, being shown by Beats. Now a win condition within his grasp.
Yeah. Win condition indeed. Showstopper, game changer, but Borkum with the flank. And really, Bren Esports, they know how to distract each other, and they know how to distract their opponents.
Dynamic nila
Diba?
eh, no? It's
How do you rotate that quick? Ako rin nagulat na lang nandun yung breach eh, because that's a far rotation from B site all the way to A short. That is just impressive. And
even if we can actually see the whole map, right?
Yeah.
We can see through the walls, but you know, it even catches us by surprise. It's just
That's
a
peekaboo, I see
testament to how masterful Bren's rotations
I'll
are.
just say Borkum got the hoodie from Ching, and he said, "Hey, TP to A
can,
short."
can I borrow the,
Yeah.
the cloak
Can,
of
can, I, can, I,
invisibility?
can I get the TPs on? And there we have
For
it.
such
Chimaera.
nerds.
Ikaw lang yun? Diyos ko. I mean, look at what
Hey,
we're
I'm
doing.
proud of
Okay,
it.
look,
I'm
look
proud
at
of it,
what we're
man.
doing for a living. We talk about video games, and
Yeah,
here
dude.
we have
Hell
it
yeah.
again. 2 for 2 in terms of the scoreline. Chimaera got a good start, but Bren is just making it with one better. Beautiful right click there. Ripper goes down. Dispenser also on the board. And as per usual, it's Dubstep and Dispense who gets the impact at the start.
Man, this is just a dubstep in his peak performance. Like, this is a, you know, I've always seen dubstep frag out, right? But today is just it's really, really something else.
And
He
there we
does
have
go
it.
down eventually.
Beats and Jesse Vash do get one apiece. All alone for Worship, and goodbye to him. Jesse Vash, you know, his shock dart was really what propelled Bren to start things off in terms of round wins.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That was a huge, huge impact. Sort of like those butterfly effect things that I was talking about earlier. One thing, even a small ripple can make a huge splash. I don't know how that makes sense, but
It makes sense. And you know, I thought you were going to say you don't know why, but it doesn't matter how hard Chimaera
Yeah.
tries, because Bren is just making them keep that in mind. As here we have Bren Esports still with the advantage. But Chimaera, ang advantage nila ngayon, kasi I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow boxes. I'm good at math, guys. And Chimaera can actually unleash the beast here with their ultimates this round.
yeah, definitely no point in holding back at this round.
Careful
It
now.
seems like they're going through garage. I think Godot's trying to make an entry through garage here. Does take down Dispenser. This is a really good pick.
That's really huge because Gadot needs the kill to get the orbs. As per usual, step 1, play the Reyna, get the kill. That's pretty much it. There's not much to analyze there. But look at the tangles from the paint shells. Ching gonna get hurt, and this will be a good impact here for Team Chimaera to go on C side. Gadot is waiting for an opportunity. That's gonna be Borka moving over to C itself. And here comes the Hunter's Fury. Here comes the From the Shadows as well. And oh no, Gadot! He whiffs the shot, and he needed that one. Brain in the freeze. Gonna be trying to do something with the dart stairs. Spike gonna get planted. And speaking of the brains, though, that's another kill for Team Bren.
Very, very unfortunate series of events there. You can almost see the sort of shakiness in his crosshair.
Come on,
but I mean, it does happen, especially when you're playing for 120,000 pesos.
It's big. And here comes Jesse Vash and Dubstep. So Dub is on the operator. He's ready to go to try and get a takedown here. Here comes the post plant though, and Brain Freeze, as we mentioned a while ago, doing
Around the hole.
thins, and Borkum will go down and beats. This is a showstopper to scare them off. It's a get off my lawn showstopper.
It's actually stopping the show.
Oh, but Jesse Vash actually catches out beats there. Ripper with the answer. And yet again, Ripper looking so good and so clean in this set. If you want to watch out for someone in Team Chimaera, you gotta mention Ripper. This man is doing a great job at getting the kills.
I mean, dati pa lang, diba, sa Empowered Youth days pa lang.
Parang
Nakaka-impress itong si Beats, si Ripper, si Brain Freeze. Talagang standout players to mga to. That's why I'm so happy to see them in a very formidable team such as Chimaera.
And they're just doing an amazing job right there. And you can really see that this game is full of our Radiant players all throughout the PH scene.
Oh yeah.
Ikaw, Vim,
Radiance
congratulations.
versus Radiance.
By the way, na nag-emo 1 ka bago tayo start. Ako, I'm hard stuck
Parang-
tayo 1. Hard stuck
parang
tayo 1
ano eh.
proud. And you know,
Well, if you get to die, you can always...
Dude, I'm just happy because I never played tactical shooters. I'm not really interested in the slow pace, but
Right.
Valorant is a bit quicker, and I have been having fun. But you know who's not gonna have fun? It's Gadot, because Dubstep will answer
Oh my
back.
gosh, he's
and
on the operator, man.
the impact from Dubstep just increases tenfold when he has the operator, because he pretty much invests tenfold in terms of the money anyway.
Yeah.
And it really goes to show for Bren, they can rely on that op to get the value. Chimaera slowed down. At kita talaga natin na kanina, confidence na sa C-site. Ngayon, wala yung initial pick. Lesser confidence here.
Looks like Brent does have the man advantage, so they just have to chill. I mean, they are on the defense. The ball is in Chimaera's court. Unless you can get an opening pick with that Hunter's Fury, this is going to be a really tough situation to win. Dubstep just on the prowl right there. Oh my gosh!
The peek, and the kill. Jesse Vash also helping out as Worship tries to swing and get the refrag, but it doesn't happen. Jesse Vash also catching out Ripper. Brain Freeze right now looking around, and there's the tap onto Borkum. All alone with the Sova. There's the dart. He knows the opportunity, but
30
Brain Freeze
seconds
will
left.
punish Dubstep there. Next on the list might be the Omen. Can Brain Freeze hold? No, Ching will get the ding, and he should stop celebrating and get that up. Someone has to pick that one up. Beautiful particles there from the best gun skin.
Isn't that like the most annoying thing? Like,
What?
Your teammate doesn't pick up the op.
I mean, he did get it though. I think.
Yeah, oo nga. Def, kasi naalala ko lang eh.
Tama.
Naglalaro ako kagabi, diba?
Uh-huh.
Tapos yung kahampi ko, parang, bunny hopping around. And then I was like, get up. And then he was like, bunny hopping around. No, hindi kita marinig.
I don't
like,
think they're gonna
never
do,
mind, bro.
I don't think they're gonna do mistakes like that.
Hindi, oo nga. Hindi, sinasabi ko lang.
like
Naalala ko lang yung kwento.
195 total
Kasi
so
tropa
far.
ko yun eh. Tapos
Okay.
ganun.
Alam mo, magkakatropa tong mga to, pero kitang-kita talaga that they
Oo
are the
naman.
best team for nothing. They are just amazing so far. And Bren Esports up by 1, but Chimaera, they are making this a contest, and I love this from them because this is what they needed to do in that first game. But Jesse Vash right now holding the line. They know they have the gun advantage, and Borkum tripping up Ripper. Ching though with a headshot there, and Ching again with the ding-a-ling. He is just toiling in the dinner bell, and Bren makes that a quick round as we see again the black hole make some particles.
That was sort of deja vu there. It was almost over in just a flash and pretty much onto the same side. I'm actually confused if some sort of parallel dimension as of this moment, because that's pretty much a repeat of the previous round.
Maybe we just hit the redo there on our watches, but right now, watch out for Dubstep. He is all the way up there with 11 kills.
Oh my
Doing an
gosh.
amazing job. At ang problema talaga yung ng Chimaera, kailangan talaga nila i-commit kung ano mang smokes or whatever kind of vision blockers they have to really answer to what Dubstep is doing. It's a hard job, but they have to do it. As Gado, attack down bigla, 50 HP na lang. Pero syempre yung Reyna, self-sufficient. Isang patay, makaka-back to full armor siya. Pero Hunter's Fury are in order. Brain Freeze though with the kill on the Dubstep, and that's what Bren is not looking for right now. Chimaera with the advantage coming into this round.
Definitely disabling Dubstep really early on in the round increases their chances really, really greatly because having that operator is such an imposing presence on the field. And having their team comp, you have your Lear, you have your Paranoia, but you only have 2 smokes from the Omen. So it's not really much to limit that line of sight from that operator.
Yeah, it really goes to show that sometimes limits are maybe it reached. And speaking of the reach there, Brainfreeze reaching on over to get that kill. But Jesse Bass inside the short angle, inside the sewers itself. Ripper will fall, but Worship with the counter. Dispenser right now picking up the op instead. It's his time to shine if ever with the Cypher. Looking for the setup, looking for the play. I love the jump from Beats. He anticipated someone by the connector itself. And right now, Chimaera should be able to plant on A, something they call home. But the Rolling Thunder right now will stop it in its tracks, and Bren Esports is rushing on in. But there's the camera already here, Vim. There's the duel. Beats will go down 3v3 ngayon. At mukhang makaka-flank dito si Ching. Bren with proper plant sets up, and the post plant works up here for Bren Esports. Because grabe yung swing kay Ching.
Yeah, that was just a masterful retake coming in from Ching right there with that beautiful 3K. Just catching the entire squadron of Chimaera completely off guard there.
Yung Rolling Thunder talaga, sobrang nakatulong sa stall. At dahil dun, nakapasok si Ching. Now, it was up to Beats to stop him, but Ching won that duel. 50-50 talaga. And in a case like that, Ching just took the best angle while Chimaera was holding out against the connector instead. You see that kill onto Brainfreeze. You see that kill onto Gadors. And Ching just with 3 there, really
Perfect
shining.
timing, really.
Grabe talaga yung teamwork dito ng Bren Esports. Pero ang Chimaera, step-up game from Brainfreeze, man. He is just doing work. Pero tingnan natin talaga kung kaya pa ng Chimaera to. 6-3 ang ating score. Bren ngayon, naghahanap na paraan i-close out ang series na to para maging champion natin dito sa KDR Tournament Series.
Now it seems like Adult will be trying to make energy with the Stinger. Gets taken down by Borkum.
Yeah, Borkum with the kill onto Godot, denying the Reyna from that momentum. And Jesse Vash also with the kill onto Brainfreeze there. Beats though in the meantime on the inside of Cubby. It seems like C-Site might be in order here para sa Team Chimaera, pero ayun na ang triple stack ng Bren. 3v3 setup, Aftershock. Does it get avoided? Yes, it does a little bit there. Ching though with 2 na naman. At si Ching mahuhuli ni Ripper dito. 1v5, 1v4 to 4v0. The numbers don't lie. Bren finding the streak to run away with this game.
Definitely running away with it right now as all of their entire squadron is looking very much on point. 11 frags for Jesse Vash, 11 frags for Dubstep. And the rest of the Bren squadron looking very high and mighty on top of the scoreboard right there.
It really just goes to show that Bren Esports looking high and mighty. Yet again, the kings of the PH Hill. But Chimaera, given the chance to try and knock them off, we'll see though if they can figure something out. Kasi may from the shadow sila, very good for intel. Same thing though para sa Bren. At mukhang bomb rush through the middle. What's the plan here? Is this actually gonna be a half buy dito sa side ng Team
It
Chimaera?
looks like it.
Diba? Parang maliliit yung baril nila, parang Nerf gun kesa anything else.
Need half armors and little guns.
Or like I say, some Scotch tape pants. But here we go again. Chimaera with a push on the B side. It worked before. They're trying to make it happen again. But Dispenser anticipates and he'll get 2 so far. Make that 3, but Ayansi Worship to deny the ace if ever. But Jesse Bash next on the list, and malinis talaga. This is the
How
cleaners.
fast that response is?
It is.
It's just a sight to see.
The collapse though from A to C is very, very fast for any defending side. But you can see Bren is on point as soon as it happens.
Right. It's just, there is no delay at all. Take a look at this instant replay powered by XSplit. As soon as Brainfreeze enters, Ripper enters the backside, Spencer anticipates, get that 3K. The Worship takes him down, but Jesse Vash just closes the deal.
Perfect place, perfect time, and there you have it. Bren Esports up by 5, hungry to wrap up this day. We have been live since 2 p.m. and it really goes to show our teams have given their all here. Pero ngayon, it really feels like Bren is all for one and one for the championship. Pero hindi pa tapos, guys. We can't call it as of yet. Pwede pa kumambak ang Chimaera at ayan yung boombot. Sabog bigla kay Dubstep rather. Bash though, scouting around. Hey, that Ultra's still alive. That's interesting. But this is Dubstep waiting for the opportunity to get rid of the Cypher there. Misses the shot. Tailwind's onto the left side though. So delikado kay Dub. Kaya mukhang mag-back out siya.
And here we go, Jesse Vash taking down Ripper. Dubstep though, with 90 HP going on top of Heaven.
I like that.
It's gonna be now a 2v5 in favor of Bren.
And who'd expect that someone's hiding the Cypher Cage Worship? Just not really ready for that. And Jesse Vash with the takedown. 2v5 nga. May Empress pa daw si Gado. And he hasn't popped it as of yet. And he will get his head popped instead. Sadly for him, wala nang next round para sa attack nila. And they should have just went for it to begin with. That dismiss could have saved him there.
It's all up to Brain Freeze now. In order to try and make something happen. Again, there's no point in saving because it is the
30
last
seconds
round
left.
for second half. Either end it quick or go for that heroic 1v4 clutch.
I mean, he is been impressive so far in this game. Good catches onto someone like Dubstep. Seems like the Brain Freeze gets kill onto Dispenser there as he turns around just to die. Backstab na naman. Borkum will get that kill at Bren Esports. They are 4
Switching
away
sides.
from a win. Pero Vima, they
Yeah.
are 2 away from the curse number.
They're 2 away from the curse number. Oh my god. But again, another improbable outcome. But here it's looking like Bren on the attack. They're a team that's super flexible on defense and on attack. Some teams we always think of them as sort of a CT or T-sided team, but like not the case for Bren. And if he actually caught me there in the previous round, I actually spaced out for a few seconds because I was trying to imagine like, okay, how if I were Chimaera right now, how would I actually take down Bren?
Oh, blackboard in the minds.
And
of
I was so deep into my thoughts, and I was like, I can't arrive to a conclusion.
It's a hard non-slide, truly, but it really has to boil down to the double duelist to get the kills.
Right.
They can go for the chokes with the raise, but with the Reyna pick, you already know it's pop off or shut up beats though. He's been popping off true. And Ching, in the meantime, the lurk.
Oh
Ito
my
talaga
gosh.
yung nangyayari ngayon sa Chimaera na hindi sila nakakabantay na maigi sa mga corners nila, and Bren right now is shaking Chimaera to the core and looking for the push onto A site instead.
Yeah, I mean, Bren is playing it slow. He did get that man advantage really early on in the round. I like what they're doing over here, but Dubstep just damn, good night, Brain Freeze.
That pickoff on C forcing Godot to go C itself, and then they go into A. Bren Esports. The tactics here are working pretty simple for them. Dubstep now with a tag on down. Godot trying to go for the push. Here comes Dispenser as well, and it's a clean round. Bren
Statement
Esports.
right there.
This is a statement truly. Parang binigyan lang ng pag-asa ang Chimaera kanina sa umpisa, pero ito na talaga. 3 more to go para sa Bren. They have the advantage. They are buying some guns. And Chimaera needs to respond and fast or they will run out of space to breathe.
I mean, winning out that first round over there on the defensive half, as we look at... Oh, there's a teddy bear. Daks.
Oh, it's a teddy bear. Ooh.
Wow.
There's in Icebox, there's cute penguins.
I
and
got distracted.
No,
But
it's
my,
good.
my point was, sobrang crucial to win that first round in the second half. If you're really down for the count, such as this. 10-3 scoreline now, favor of Bren. Things not looking good for Chimaera. Comeback still possible, but highly improbable as of this moment.
The chances for Chimaera is slowly dwindling, pero Chimaera, they have gotten out of tougher situations before, so can they do it here and now? They need a glimmer of hope and fast, and they're going to be trying to do it against Ching, but Ching will survive. At kita talaga medyo shaken ang Chimaera dito, trying to figure out what to do. They are playing double window though. Look at Bren, they anticipate the call, and someone is just watching out on the exit. You don't see this too often from the attacking side, and Vash even zapping down Worship. Dispenser on the board there as well. Ripper right now trying to hold on C's side, pero lugin-lugin na talaga ang Chimaera dito.
Yeah, 3v5 now. I wish you could have seen that shock tower play from Jesse Vash, but he does take down Beats on that Phantom.
And it really goes to show that this
gosh.
is Vash with the taps, and he is just making it look clean and crisp yet again. Para na lang potato chip to. It's a bag of wonders here from
Crispy. So
Bren.
crispy, man.
Crispy talaga. 4 in a row. And here we are, Vim. Curse number time. Can Bren get out of the ruts, or will Chimaera make the comeback happen here?
Here we go. 11, the curse number. Will Bren break the curse here? You're only 2 away from winning the whole shebang.
Yeah, it needs to be a wake-up call for Chimaera. They have done an amazing job to make it here to the grand finals.
It's been a long, long
Diba?
road.
They won at some really good games sa wildcards. Tapos they absolutely impressed dun sa group stage na 3-0. Pero ngayon talaga, It's been a shaky setup. It's been a shaky day in all honesty, even against Team Atlas. And right now, Bren Esports is telling them that you cannot be shaky against us. No small mistakes will not go unpunished. And it really goes to show that it's so hard for them.
Actually, if you ask me, that's like one of my top 4 teams locally would be Chimaera, but I get to that point later. Worship taking out Dubstep. Spencer taking out Worship in return. Trades going on all around here over at Seaside. 3v3 now.
Finally, Chimaera getting a few kills in this chaos, and I'd say too that Chimaera is within my top 5. But in a case like this, though, Bren is showing us why they are #1 so far. Pero ito na, Gado's redemption arc needs a crescendo, and if it can happen here, then it can happen now. He is going to be playing on C-Long. He got spotted out. There's the duel, and Jesse Bash will go down, but he cannot get an orb in time with the Spencer going for the swing. Brain Freeze, though, is on the board. Borkum now with the flank again, and this
He's always behind.
He is always behind.
He's always behind.
Brain Freeze. He might not stick it, and he will go for the duel, and Borkum will do it!
Borkum!
He just does it! Borkum again from behind! Wala talaga, just bend over and say goodnight to Borkum.
I'm telling you,
he's
this
doing
guy,
it.
this Breach, man, just always on the lurk, always catches opponents off guard. There's something about, Borkum's playstyle that just works so well with that Breach. Oh my gosh.
Is this it? Is this gonna be Bren Esports saying we are a great org, we have great teams, and no matter what game, and Valorant is an amazing addition to our roster? You know, the squadron, between the droid, between 5 again, and here to Bren, they have won every single game that they have done.
Ridiculous.
Every single series.
It's
rather. They've
absolutely
lost match, sure,
ridiculous.
but series-wise, Bren is always there if they play. And it really goes to show that they are on the hunt. But can they wrap it here? They got past the curse number already. Chimaera though, with a last chance kasi naka 3 win streak na, I believe,
Right.
ang Team Bren. So meron pa silang pag-asa dito, holding on to the cubby, and Bren slowly playing on A site.
Now it seems as if they're trying to play it in their own pace here. Shing does get that pick, despite casting that smoke first. Does get a headshot. Oh man.
Pick off so strong here, and here we go again. Borkum though, looking for the flash, forces Gadors to actually back on out. Lear versus Flash. Kitang-kita na walang makita. Pero yan na si Gado! Nag-iinit! Huli si Dispenser dyan. Borkum though again looking for the angle, but Brain Freeze will get that takedown. 3v3 ulit, and Beat says di tayo magpapatalo dito. Ang Chimaera talaga, this is a team that is showing that they refuse to lose. They want to make it as close as possible. They want to find the answers, and right now they slow things down for Bren.
Here we go, 3v2. It's all to Dubstep and
seconds
Jesse
left.
Bash if they want to make this a 13-3. But Gado and Beats take them down.
And Dubstep, he smelled victory, but he just said that's not one smell that he wants to take. Ayos muna ng shower dyan, and there you have it. A whiff there, costing Bren the championship right now, but they still have a lot of rounds to give.
Yeah, definitely a lot of rounds. Chimaera, though, living to fight another day. They're still in this. Let's see if they can actually turn things around and mount a comeback.
We'll see, because at least they find their footing and get that takedown. Chimaera though, they just have to buy whatever they can no matter what. There's no points anymore to save, because if they lose a round, they lose the game. So Beats though, spamming it down. Fault line though, gonna get thrown out. So Bren, wouldn't be surprised to see them play slow to wait it out again.
Yeah, just play man advantage at this point. That's probably, the smartest thing you can do. There's no point in rushing.
Oh, Dispenser though, rushing on in, catches out Gado there, and he really goes to show that it is a feast or famine. At gutom na ako, at gutom na ang Team Chimaera talaga dito. Pero si Brain Freeze again, makakapatay muli. It really goes to show also that his brain has been working on overtime and getting as many kills as possible. He's rotating the long. He will get flashed though, and there is just no escape.
Absolutely relentless.
Oh my god, it's just an Olympic game waiting to happen, and Bren Esports is stepping on Chimaera and looking to step on everyone else here in the KDR series. They kill, they die, they repeat, and it really goes to show they have taken as many rounds as they can. They are 1 away from the win. There we go with the boom bot. It's
look at
chasing
that
out the
movement.
Dubstep. It went really fast, gotta go fast, and it is no chance here for Chimaera to save. They have to go in here, Vim. Can they actually make this happen? We have Beats flying on it, but Ching and Borkum will step on Chimaera, stepping up their game, and Bren Esports is your champion here in the KDR Tournament Series 2-0 against Chimaera, and wrap it up to still be the kings of the Philippine archipelago.
The undefeated grand champions, Bren Esports, once again. Such a masterclass, a dominant performance here in the KDR Tournament Series, the first ever grand champion.
Wow.
I'm
Ling-
just completely blown away.
Yeah. Ling, how about you?
Looks like I'm buying you a beer and
Sabi sa
buying
inyo,
you a
2-0
beer.
rin eh.
So yeah,
So
it
much
was
for my
definitely
prediction.
expected coming out from them, Dax and Vim, because so far naman, like early points, masasabi talaga natin na they only gave Chimaera a taste of what it feels like to actually win a few rounds here and there, and parang tama na. Hindi na natin to patagalin pa, and yun na po na sinasagot ng Bren Esports so far. Let's just definitely say na Haven will also be one of their strongest map, and of course they're not gonna be they're not basically gonna be slipping this away once and for all to even let anyone give the hopes of actually playing for the comeback this time around. They have finally broke the curse here. They finally broke the curse here. Nakusan, no one is gonna be choking their way ontowards at 11-point score, and of course, it's not just that. They are still undefeated. There's no Philippine team in here, the Philippines, that is able to destroy, dominate, defeat Bren Esports to where they're at right now, because they are in a completely different level, and pretty much no one can reach as of the moment.
The 3Ds for the 2Ds on Bren Esports roster. Again, Dubstep, Dispenser doing all they can and more. Si Vashto talaga yung siya yung una talaga dun sa map na yun eh. Parang just ang shock dart volley, it was enough to allow
Been
Bren to get
having
momentum.
a lot of really MVP plays, big plays coming in from Jesse Vash right there. And lahat sila, sobrang init ang tutok nila ngayon. I gotta say, more so than usual. They're really, really hungry for this championship, and it really showed throughout their impressive gameplay. Very well-deserved victory.
Amazing stuff. But, gotta say though, Chimaera, hot start. They found their footing on the double duel list. They said that ito talaga yun eh. Just bother, go for the push. At B site, they were taking control of it. A site, they were taking control of it again. And there were multiple times that we saw flashes of brilliance there from Team Chimaera.
Yeah, absolutely right. But unfortunately,
Really
not
good.
enough to close off the match.
How about you, Ling?
Well, it was actually a really good setup and making natin coming out from both teams. But seems like later parts of the game, dun talaga natin makikita na individually performance talaga. Everybody from Bren Esports is gonna be able to at least, win in every duo that they're gonna be in. Alam mo yung mga certain situation na akala mo na madadali na mga sana, pero it seems like they have their own way on turning things around no matter what the scenario is gonna be. Ideally, nakikita mo naman talaga later parts of the game na parang basically hold W na ni Dubstep yung mapa eh. Just kahit lalabasan lang ng Blade Storm, mukhang tumatapon-tapon lang kutsilyo sa ulo ng mga kalaban, and basically wiping everyone in his
Oh my
path.
God.
It's like no-brainer strat. Let
He makes
Dubstep
it
do
look
his
so
thing.
easy.
Kami na bahala sa pagplan. And it's basically how the rounds mostly went out so far.
And it really just goes to show, guys, that Bren Esports though, just hopping around, getting those kills. We saw though, ilang beses na nag-backstab ang Bren na. How many times did it work for them? And who is the sneakiest one of all? The big burly man who says, Borkham, I'm right behind you.
Borkham time.
Borkham. Hindi mo na-expect naman, Ling, na yung breach pa yung nag-flank, diba?
Yeah,
Oh,
diba? And that's what I'm telling you.
Mhm.
Role switches nila na diba, it was usually Borkham who usually did the flanks with the Omen. This time around, kahit ibibigay mo sa kanyang breach, parang ganun pa rin yung playstyle eh. He is still able to creep in just right behind everyone, and
Right.
the timing is still gonna be there. He's so consistent about that.
It really goes to show that Bren Esports, having the right angles, having the right rotations, and having the right time. Makita talaga, Chimaera, they tried to shake it off at the start, pero, games do affect them. And in the end, it was a little shaky from them yet again in those latter rounds. Pero may clutch naman minsan, but in real honesty, there was only hope there at the pinaka last part because of the whiff there from Dubstep. That could have been a flank again going in their favor. And guys, overall thoughts. Chimaera, they did a good job, but it really felt like today just wasn't their day. It was shaking on the semifinals, and then, they just get manhandled here in the finals. Ling, Vim, your thoughts? Ling first?
Okay.
Well, basically that's it. I've said my part so far. Undefeated still, very consistent team, Bren Esports, and Chimaera. Maybe you gotta be right about this. Now, maybe it's not gonna be their day, but next time around, I really do hope that you would definitely have to come back stronger. And it was a good run for them.
Vim.
Again, Chimaera, I mentioned this earlier. Without a doubt, one of my top teams here in the local scene. They've always been one of my favorite teams. So Again, very heartbreaking defeat, but against an opponent like Bren, there's always a learning experience to be taken out of this. And it just goes to show that Bren is just in a totally different league.
It really is.
Right? They've never stopped evolving and they've never been complacent. They're always hungry to get better. And they are so far away, light years, from other teams in the local scene.
It's ridiculous, man.
So, sana magising, this is a message to all the Philippine teams na kailangan, we all need to step up our game. Right?
Tama. Sakto lang Use the hashtag right there. Pero, gotta say that for Chimaera, there were a few people saying na they were stagnating. Pero they proved it this KDR tournament series that they are still on the upturn. Making it to the grand finals is no easy feat. That means you're basically the second best team in the scene. Pero kita talaga natin that Bren Esports is just way up there right now. And
it's kind of crazy.
It's ridiculous. Now, we've seen some of these great teams actually have to gear their whole strat to deal with Bren. Like Chimaera has been like that, AGN has been like that, Hasher has been like that, for still to no avail. Kita talaga the battle for second place, it shifts a lot. You can still debate na, AGN had the best fight against Bren, so they're still that second best team. Hasher having an off group stage yesterday, so they can still be that second best team. You can say Anbu, you can say like even our newcomers Atlas, you can say there's so many other teams overall. Pero, number one, alam na natin talaga kung sino man yan. It is Bren Esports, your number one here in the KDR Tournament Series playoffs, and well, that has been amazing. So we're gonna be moving over to the hosts in just a bit, but before that, it's time for us to say goodnight. I've been Daks.
I've been Vyminal.
And I'm Lane.
And I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys want to get a little bit more done in the VPH scene, you know where to find us, discord.gg/VPH. But hey, we'll toss you over to our host yet again, and we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Thank you so much, Vyminal, Daks, and Ling. Grabe. All I want to say right now is congratulations, Bren Esports, our KDR Tournament Grand Champions. Grabe, Cloud.
Ang sarap sa tenga nun.
Ang sarap
Ang
talaga
sarap
sa tenga.
nun.
Totoo naman yung sinabi ng mga casters natin. Chimaera put up a good fight, pero Bren Esports is just on a whole other level.
Like, they're in another dimension right now. And that leaves a lot of room for the PH teams to improve.
Sabi nga ni Vyminal, step up your game.
Yeah.
It's time to step up your game. This is a wake-up call to all of the Valorant teams here in the Philippines to step up your game. And, alam mo yun, ito na siniset nung Bren Esports yung standard na dapat inaabot natin. Hindi pwede na porket sa gameplay natin, parang umaabot tayo ng Radiant enough na yun. Hindi. You have to step up your game.
Pero alam mo kasi, Bren really deserves this championship. They're an absolute joy to watch.
Yes.
I mean, they put up an exhibition. Every time makikita mo, they're oozing with confidence. Lahat ng tutok nila on point and they're flashy and basic at the same time. Ay, hindi ko maintindihan.
No, it's basically because of this. It's one thing to have your mechanical skills, pero itong Bren Esports, kitang-kita natin, utilized yung utilities nila. Kaya parang ma-amaze ka na lang na, ganito niya ginamit yan. Ganito niya ginamit yung skill na yan. So, sulit na sulit yung pina-purchase mo every time na nagsisimula yung round.
Like, they're firing on all cylinders. Everyone is hot. Like, there's no one na parang makikita mo na hindi gumagawa. Like, everybody is really, really contributing to their wins.
Dito
like,
natin
everybody's
makikita.
a star. Diba?
Dito natin makikita kung gaano ka-well-balanced and well-coordinated tong team na to. And honestly, syempre, props syempre sa Bren Esports, napakalakas ng laro nyo. Pero I look forward to the day na makahanap kayo ng katapat nyo dito sa ating local scene.
Yes.
And I'm sure lahat ng tao may excited dyan.
And I don't think that it's gonna be, too far. I think it's gonna be sometime soon. Mabilis mag-adapt ang mga Pinoy.
Tama nga naman. So, I'm excited to see that happen. Pero for now, again, I would like to congratulate Bren Esports. Sila ang ating Grand Champions and they get to take home
60,000 pesos.
There you go, folks. 60,000 pesos for our first placer, the Bren Esports team. And for our second place team, we have Chimaera with 30,000 pesos.
And we have Atlas with 20,000 pesos. And of course, AG Nefarious with 10,000 pesos. Like, everybody's gonna go home happy.
Yes, sir. So that was for our third and fourth placer right there. So grabe, guys. Ay, grabe yung iuuwi nila. So congratulations to all of the teams. Well-deserved na umabot kayo dito. Pero, don't you guys worry kasi hindi lang sila yung mag-uuwi
Ooh.
ng goodies.
Wait lang, don't tell me there's more.
Akala mo ba yung giveaway natin kayo na tapos na?
Meron pa.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Meron pa pala tayong GCash giveaway.
Hindi.
Ay, ano?
This time around, we're gonna be giving away 1 gaming keyboard, 1 gaming mouse, and 1 gaming headset, all courtesy of Legion Philippines.
Grabe, sulit na sulit talaga ang panonood ng mga tao. I mean, they've watched quite the show, tapos meron pa silang giveaway.
Syempre kasi step up yung game nyo. Ito rin, step up din yung prizes natin. So, congratulations to our giveaway winners. Let's start off. Ayan na, may mga pangalan na. Why don't you start with the gaming keyboard?
Okay, so for the Legion K500 gaming keyboard, we have Aliber de la Vega and Akiko De.
Para naman sa ating Legion M500 gaming mouse, andito si Richard Anthony Marco at si Antonio Cadayong.
And for the Legion H300 gaming headset, we have Luigi Castilla and Jello Pedracio.
Congratulations to all of you.
Guys.
I-message nyo na yung Valorant PH Facebook page para malaman kung paano nyo pwedeng i-claim yung prizes nyo. At antayin nyo lang, meron tayong moderator na magre-reply sa inyo.
Pero grabe, this was quite an experience. This was quite an experience for everyone.
Oo naman.
Diba?
This is what I've been longing for. I have been in the Valorant scene. Not exactly the esports scene, pero nai-enjoy ko tong laro na to ever since it came out. Hindi ako beta player, pero I've been here. I've been really enjoying it.
Yeah. And seryoso, it's really quite enjoying talaga na panoorin tong mga top tier teams natin sa Pilipinas battle it out, and of course with Bren emerging victorious by a landslide. As in, grabe talaga yung disparity sa skill. It's just unbelievable.
Exactly. Pero unbelievable as it may be, hindi naman magiging posible ang lahat ng ito if it weren't for the help of our sponsors. So ito na yung last time na maririnig nyo kaming sabihin tong mga to. Pero maraming pasasalamat talaga sa aming sponsor. So thank you so much, Globe at Home. Level up your gaming experience with Globe at Home's Only Plan 2899 with speeds up to 100 Mbps. It comes with free 2 pieces TP-Link Wi-Fi mesh to cover more areas of your home. And it also comes with a 3-month subscription to iWant and Amazon Prime Video.
And of course, the official PC partner for KDR Tournament Series, Legion Philippines, and Intel, stylish outside, savage inside. And don't forget, guys, to join the Legion Philippines community on Facebook to get the latest product updates and tips on how to maximize your Legion device. And also, please follow the official Legion Philippines on Facebook and Instagram at Lenovo Legion PH.
The Valorant KDR Tournament Series has been powered by XSplit. XSplit Broadcaster is a simple, flexible, and powerful live streaming software. Download and try out the free version today.
And of course, this event is brought to you by Valorant PH and Valorant Rising.
Ayan guys, super excited to see what's next. And you know what's next?
What's next?
Meron pa tayong GG Easy All-Star Tournament coming up on the
wow.
30th. So mark your calendars guys kasi may pasabog pa tayo dito sa Valorant PH. So makikita nyo yung GG Easy All-Star Tournament dito sa Facebook page ng Valorant PH as well as on twitch.tv/ValorantPHGG.
And everything's been so fun, and this was quite an experience, and I hope to see another KDR tournament soon. But I think this is our time to bid farewell.
Sadly, all good things must come to an end. Pero huwag kayong mag-alala. Abang-abang lang kayo dito sa Valorant PH page. Meron pa tayong mga pasabog na darating sa inyo. But in the meantime, this has been Like a Mayor, reminding you guys that in everything that you do, always do it like a boss.
And this has been Cloud with a peace sign, reminding you guys to eat 3 times a day. Peace.